What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Twinrova, and this is episode 40 of Let's Play 2001Scape. You did hear that right. This is 40 episodes of 2001Scape, and the adventure is still going strong. In the last episode, we were hunting ice giants. These are the strongest attackable creatures in all of 2001Scape. This is the end game of RuneScape as it existed in May of 2001. In the last episode, we managed to kill 8 ice giants hunting for the mithril square shield. This is the best shield in the game that you can acquire outside of crafting or smithing the shield yourself. And the only way to acquire it is, other than by smithing it, which would take way more time, is by killing ice giants and hoping for a mithril square shield block. If I were to land a mithril square shield drop, did I say block? I meant drop. If I were to land a drop, then Theoin here would have the best attainable gear in the game other than smithing it yourself. I say this because you actually cannot acquire an adamant shield without smithing it yourself. You need to get a smithing level. I want to say somewhere in the 80s, and that is a long grind. And we will eventually get there, but not today. Today we are hunting for the mithril square shield drop by killing ice giants. Yeah, and so we managed to take out 8 ice giants in the last episode. Today we're going to continue the hunt, and it looks like I have been making meat pies. We've been leveling our cooking. Meat pies being the quickest pies that I can make to increase my longevity in the dungeon. We also played with Sed in the last episode. That was pretty cool. Sed being the first person on the server to achieve a smithing level, to achieve the smithing level required to smith adamant, high-level adamant equipment. Stand and deliver. Always have to kill this guy if we can as we pass by. Look at that, 7. Let's go. Always got to kill the highwayman when you can. All right, take the cape, take the bones, bury the bones, drop the cape, and keep moving. We don't want to keep the cape because, if you're not aware, you're on episode 40 of a 2001Scape Let's Play, so I'm going to assume that you are. But in case you're not aware, this is all the inventory that we have. Our bank will only store coins, and I am calling this an Ultimate Ironman account, so I'm keeping my coins on my person. All right, what do we need to do? We need to make pie filling. We need to make pie dough. So let's see here. We've got 2 pots of flour filled. That'll create 2 dough. It looks like we can make 1 more. Let's go ahead and do that. I can't remember if there was a reason why I stopped at 2, so we're just going to give it a try and see if the maths. We want to create the... Oh, I don't even know if I finished my thought. We have no bank, right? So I don't want to... I can't hang on to anything unnecessary, so that's why I have to drop the cape. And with that being said, need to optimize my inventory as much as possible. So we want to have the right amount of inventory space for storing food so that we can eat it. We want to optimize our food by using something like pies that we can eat more than one time. We want to have just the right number of pots and pie tins, all of that stuff. Buckets, really only need 1 bucket, right? In our inventory to optimize the speed that we can produce food. The faster that we can produce food, definitely the better at this point, so that we can get more kills in the dungeon and hunt down that mithril square shield drop. Pretty exciting. We've been through a lot in this series, completing every quest available in the game at this time. unlocking the blue cape, which is basically like the quest cape in 2001Scape. Almost have attained the best gear outside of smithing it yourself. We've come a long way. Survived several PK attempts. The attempts on our life have left us scarred, but our resolve has never been stronger. Alright, we want pastry dough. Please don't mind me. Put it in a tin, yeah. Use the bucket of water on the pot of flour, get your pastry dough, and use that on the pie dish to get your pie shell. And all of this must be done in preparation for delving. It's lots of build-up, lots of preparation to try to get as much time as you can in the dungeon, as much hand-to-hand combat and experience as you can get. And it's cool because as we play, our cooking level will increase, so we will burn our pies less and less frequently, meaning we'll be able to get back into the fight more quickly, and then as our melee combat stats grow, we'll land kills more quickly. So everything, every little piece of the puzzle supports the cause. Yeah, and this is so cool. It's really cool to be at the point that that we fought for so long. Killing the strongest attackable creature in the game, like reaching that in-game point, and it's gonna feel good to transition from that fight feeling so difficult, like we can only get a few kills in a life before restocking, to eventually getting to the point where we can efficiently kill ice giants. It's gonna be awesome. The grind will continue, and my melee stats are only in the 30s, which is so funny because, like, I don't know, I was recently playing RuneScape 3 Leagues, and I had these stats in probably like 5 minutes. Not quite that fast, but pretty darn quick. I actually should have picked multiple wheats and gone, that's right, gone to the top of the tower. I don't know if I can operate the hopper on multiple flowers at once, but we're gonna give it a try right now. I just can't remember if that's the case. Well, we've almost conquered all there is to do in 2001Scape, if you will. That is, of course, other than chasing high scores and grinding your levels. Let's see if I can do this multiple times. It looks like I can. Epic. Then that is exactly what we will do. Much quicker that way. Yeah, so cool to know. 39 strength, and I'm able to kill ice giants. We have an attack of 31, a defense of 36. So not bad. Not the highest stats ever. Not the worst. Could be worse. Could definitely be worse. Could be better. And we will continue to earn combat XP as we kill ice giants. I don't know, it could be worth it to go just like kill something else for a bit. If we burn out on killing ice giants, maybe we go just grind out some more combat XP somewhere else, go hang out in a dungeon, come back. But I really am looking forward to that Mithril Square Shield drop. Use the bucket on the well, use the bucket on the flour. Whoops, misclick. Oh yeah, gotta use it on the pot of flour, not the pastry dough. And then you need to successfully click the the pastry dough option in the menu. Got to get our click accuracy back up. There we go. Nice and steady, perfect. And then is it? Yeah, it's 6. So that is all of our pie tins filled. That is that seems like a good setup. Good job, past Twin Rova. For picking 3s here, that totally makes sense. And then I need to cook some kind of meat, and so the chickens are the closest source of meat over here in a Lumbee. One hit KO. Bones and the raw meat. Collect 3 of those and then go cook them on the cook's range. Oh my gosh, a Pray Evil level. That is hilarious this early on in the session. Alright, we have our 3 raw meat. Let's head back on over to the Lumbridge Castle into the Duke's Kitchen. And this is fun. This is just nice and relaxing, old school MMO grinding gameplay. The classic castle is so iconic, so it's just fun to run in and out of while skilling. Alright, let's see about our luck with 28 cooking. Hitting this raw meat on the range. The first meat is now nicely cooked. Let's go. Second meat is successful, and the third. Excellent, excellent. That is 3 successfully cooked pieces of meat. Thank you very much. Alright. 3 meat pies ready to cook. Now, we can get more hits out from the... What is it? Is it the apple pie? And I can't remember if it's the apple pie or some other pie. I believe there's some kind of fruit pie that we can make at cooking level 30. I want to say it's 30. And we'll want to go to the cooking guild and buy apples, which for all of the extra hits, if we have 6 pies per inventory, that could be... I'm going to guess it's going to be worth the walk rather than killing 6 chickens, going back and forth and cooking them. If we can make enough money to buy 6 apples per run, it's assuming that I'm remembering that correctly, that would be pretty cool. So 30 cooking is also going to feel like a nice milestone. Because we definitely haven't unlocked all of the skilling content that there is to accomplish in the game. Let's see. Our crafting is only at 4. That could definitely be improved. Tailoring can't be improved. I believe herb block cannot be improved. That's just like a teaser at this point in the game. Thieving of 3 is the highest that we can achieve. There's no pickpocket yet, but we actually got initial thieving XP from the Black Knight's Fortress quest. Yeah, that's how that turned out. 45 mining. Really not bad at all. Oh, we burnt a meat. Drats. 2 of them cooked. That's good. This will be another perk of having 30 cooking and buying apples that can't burn. But it's really not so bad. Like, everything we need is right here. And again, Lumbridge is a really cool place to hang out in. As far as, like, memories and pixelated nostalgia goes. We've got our wheat right here. We've got our chickens right here. Our range. Our well. Other than a sprint button, what more could we possibly want? Now, I'm sure... Oh, that's funny. It's actually faster to go back and through that gate than to walk around. It's my confusion. I'm sure we've slipped back on the leaderboards a bit. But let's check out the high scores and see where Theoin and Twinrova are sitting. Heading over to rsc.vet, which is also where you can go play the game if you want to hop into 2001Scape yourself. Alright, we've got our extra meat. Should I cook 2 more just for the XP? If we're gonna... We can just drop it. If we're gonna have to make the trip anyway, might as well get all of the cooking XP that we can get out of each trip. Yeah, nice. Okay, so if I head over to the 2001Scape high scores, Cake is still on top. Past Brown. Cake is at 1,117 total level with 28 million XP. That is absolutely wild. Funny though that it's not the most XP. IMO actually has 45 million XP, but only a total level of 917. I say only in the loosest, the absolute loosest sense possible. IMO is in 8th place. Ced, who was ice giant hunting with us in the last session, is at number 3 on the charts. Let's see where Ced is for mining. Yeah, Ced is number 1 and has a mining level of 85, which might be the last level that actually earns you anything. It might be the last level that unlocks content in the game. It's very possible. LOL, it is actually burning the meat. See, we needed all of the tries so that we could actually like successfully cook something. Okay, let's use this on the pie. Okay. Now it's very likely we're going to burn most of these pies, but let's see if we can get even half cooked and work towards 29 cooking. Here we go. Pie number 1. Yeah! Great success. There's 1 out of 6. Oh, that's so exciting. 2 successes in a row. Oh my gosh. Alright, another uncooked meat pie going on the range. And that is half. That is half successful. That's everything I wanted. The rest can be burnt. But the 4th is not. Another cooked pie. Another cooked pie. Oh my gosh, this is our lucky, lucky day. This one has to burn. Folks, I have no idea what just happened. I don't know how we just got the luck that we did. But we just successfully cooked 6 out of 6 meat pies. And we are heading directly to the dungeon. Straight to the dungeon. Oh my gosh, I am so stoked. Wow. We have runes. Yep. Wind Bolt, Strength 2, and Elemental Bolt, Strength 2. We've got our runes. We've got our food. We've got a strength pot. Got some money. It's funny, technically my PvP is still on. Someone could just come and kill me if they could. Wow, I'm excited. Let's go kill some ice giants. Okay. It really wasn't too bad. Let's see, how far am I into the session? Not even 20 minutes, and we're headed to the dungeon. That is quite nice. All right, let's ADHD back on over to the high scores just out of my own curiosity. Let's see, where is Theoin at on the overall high scores? We are rank 58 with a total level of 414. Very, very nice. I remember us breaking into the top 75. Did we get to the top 50 and then fall away from it? I don't think so. Yeah, let's definitely kill this guy dead again. Freaking highwayman. Had to interfere with my childhood fun. Him and the dark wizards. Yeah, 58. That is pretty epic. Let's see. So does that put us on the 3rd page? Yeah, we're on the 3rd page of the leaderboards. Wow, Theoin's moving up there. We're not too far behind names like Lappy. Wow, Lappy is 51, the person that hunted us on PvP. I've got a compilation video of Lappy's PK attempts on my life. Sky Coffee is 52. We've seen them on several times. Very, very kind. Clue is 61. All these people that have invested lots of hours. Eero, that we did Shield of Arav with, is 45. Stormy. Stormy is a very well-known RuneScape classic player. Stormy's PvP guides are absolutely excellent. All kinds of good knowledge there. Is 47, so we're in good company, moving up in the world on the high scores. Twinrova, I believe, is behind. And so, for context, Theoin is my streaming Ultimate Ironman account. Every moment of Theoin's existence has been recorded and published on YouTube. Twinrova is my offline 2001Scape account. Twinrova is only 76. Not in the top 75. Alright, we're over here with Thurgo. Now it's time to focus. Alright, here we go. Into the Asgarnian Ice Dungeon we go. We're heading into battle with an ice giant, and it's quite funny. LOL. We killed him in the 3 hits. It's funny because I feel like I need to turn a protect prayer on because I've been playing other flavors of RuneScape recently, so I feel like not just potting up, but see if we can't dodge these guys. I feel like I need to have my prayers on, but that's not a thing here. And in fact, some of the effects that will eventually become prayers are actually spells in this game. Like Rock Skin, for instance, is a level 11 spell. All right, 1, 2, 3, and we can break. Alright, and we're heading straight in. Here we go. Potting up, we've got our +6 strength. Let's get it. Into combat with an ice giant. Let's freaking go. Here we go. We are hunting. We are on the hunt for a mithril square shield drop. Landing some good hits first. We took a 3. Alright, we're gonna try to flick. Here we go. So the thing is, it's a tick-based game, right? So if you can have aggressive on when you hit and then defensive on when you receive the hit, theoretically, not theoretically, then you'll get the stat boost on the tick. Kind of like a prayer flick. Alright, we're doing pretty good. Ooh, that was a big one, a 9. Let's freaking go. I'm probably not explaining myself well while I'm mentally focusing on the flicking. But this is also going to increase our longevity in the dungeon. The Asgarnian Ice Dungeon. Sounds so epic. Yeah, 7. Here we go. Almost down. First thing I want to do is eat, and then we'll try to collect. Okay. Let's eat. And then, oh, we're right back into it. Okay. Try to break, take the coins, take the bones. See if I can get one more food in. Nope. Alright. 3 more ticks. I'm trying to click as soon as I see the number hit. Then I imagine that it's the effect is already passed, the tick is already passed, so we want to change as quickly as we can. Okay. We're close. Ooh, we're so close. All right, there we go. Okay, so I had to log unexpectedly, and immediately we are right back into combat. All right, here we go. We got to survive the 3 ticks, and then I need to break to eat as soon as we deal some damage. Not bury the bones. Eat. Yep, there we go. Nice. Start flicking again. Actually, would like to eat one more time just in case. Let's do it after we land a hit. Eat again. Attack on aggressive. Yep. Oh. That was funny. I think I just lagged for a second or something. The ticks are lining up so close to each other now. Alright, this is going to be our 3rd kill in this life. This run, which is nice. Let's freaking go. Again, we need to eat first. Before we pick up. Unless it's a mithril square shield, and then I might just have to like freak out and pick it up first. No, we need to be disciplined. We need to eat. Okay, let's go to accurate because we just need to... Okay, steel axe he dropped. Very interesting. I was not expecting that. Get another couple bites of food. That is funny. Take the bones. We don't need the axe. What do we have? Steel axe, yeah, we have the same thing. Alright, and back into it. Here we go. 4th ice giant of the inventory. 6, nice. We are hunting for the mithril square shield. The strongest shield in the game that we can attain without smithing it ourselves. You can't purchase the mithril square shield in a shop. We actually already have the best gear in the game that you can acquire through purchasing. Now the only way to upgrade is either to grind our smithing, or we still have one more piece of armor, piece of gear that we can get. It is this shield, and we need to break. Eat. Need to eat quickly. There we go. Nice. Wow, they were hitting hard. Gosh. Okay. Let's not die down here. That was pretty close, honestly. That was pretty close to death. Having much worse luck on this. This is a tougher giant. I don't know if I need to switch over to the other giant. This guy just is not having it. Ooh! Gotta step. Eat, and this is it. Let's just go on defensive and then like flee once we get too low. Oh, we've still got the chicken. Let's go ahead and eat that. That is funny that I kept that. Wow, that one giant just like mowed through my inventory of food. Oh my gosh, we could technically get 3 hit by something out here. We'll stay on the defensive style. I just want to see if we get lucky. Ooh, down to 14. 11. Oh, but we hit a 6. A 7. Oh, we're so close. We're so close to another kill. What if this? Iron two-handed sword. That's pretty cool. Let's bail. We're getting drops, just not the right... It's not the right one. Let's not get 3 hit as we bail out of here. 1, 2, and 3. See if we can't dance around. Nope. Engaging a pirate. Try to zigzag. Yep, there we go. Nice, nice. Let's get out of here alive if we can. Playing shoots and ladders. Let's get out of here. All right, we survived. We did not die. I did die in the last session. There was a death in the last session. It happened. All right, so yeah, 3 more kills. We almost got the 4th, but we couldn't quite pull it off. So it's time to restock on food. We should have... Do we have another dose of strength potion? Yeah, we have 1 dose left. So that'll be good for the next run. Thankfully, we can pick up limpwort root from the hobgoblins in that dungeon. And I can't remember what else you need. You might need red spider eggs or something. I can't remember, but whatever the case, we can get the limpwort root for the health, for the strength potion. To give us the best chance of success. Wow, that was really cool. It was crazy how we did so well against 3 ice giants in a row, and then just all of a sudden that last one just really burns through our food quickly. I don't know if I was flicking wrong, like landing on the wrong ticks or what. It's kind of hard to tell when you're like focused. I'm trying to like see the hit splats and then like click correctly, and it's a whole focus thing. At any rate, now, oh hey, there's wheat right here. Should we just pop in and grab our wheat? We definitely need to kill the highwayman every time we pass by. You won't drop a mithril square shield for me, will you? I don't think so. Let's get strength XP though. Yeah. Take the bones. Now let's pick some wheat. Ooh, lag. Yeah. A little bit of latency going on. Right, head over to the mill. Replenish our inventory of meat pies, and should we be so lucky, hopefully we'll have another good... We cooked, in the last inventory, we cooked all 6 meat pies successfully, which is wild. Like, almost never happens. Like, if I can get half an inventory of success, then I'm happy. It means that I only need to have 2 tries at this. But that was unreal. I feel like we got to the dungeon much quicker. So maybe that good luck was just balanced out by that last just very tough ice giant. And this is pretty sick. We can actually operate the hopper 3 times in a row. Don't have to like go collect. I want to say that there's another version of RuneScape where you actually have to like run up and down over and over again. Like the bottom can only actually handle 1 flower at a time. I think. I might be remembering incorrectly. All right, we've got our 3 pots of flour. Let's head to the castle. Looks like this gate is still open. that I opened for a little shorter path through Fred's little sheep pen for the sheep share quest that we did to earn our 4th crafting level. IMO has logged in. IMO is the one with 45 million XP on the high scores. Absolutely bonkers. So cool. Okay, let's get a pastry dough. Whoa, misclick. Been playing other games. I gotta get back into the 2001Scape clicking fitness. Gotta build up the muscle memory again. Oh, that's what's getting me. It's this menu. Use the water with the flour, and then select pastry dough. Yeah, there you go. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast, or so they tell me. Okay, 3 pie dishes filled with pastry dough, and we're back off to the wheat field and the lumberage mill for another batch of flour. It would just make my heart so happy if we could tick over to 29 cooking. It would just feel so good to get a cooking level. I want us to get to 30 cooking so bad. Also the strength level, if we hit 40 strength. 30 cooking and 40 strength is what I really want right now. Although I don't know if it's going to be like brutal cooking apple pies right out of the gate. It actually might be a bad idea to try to fill up an inventory of apple pies that we're going to burn repeatedly. It's a great question. It might not be worth it to immediately. We might need to just keep cooking meat pies for a while. Because the success rate for cooking in RuneScape Classic 2001Scape is absolutely brutal. It really is. I remember the first like couple episodes trying to do anything like chopping down a tree, taking like 7 tries, 8 tries, taking like more than 30 seconds to catch like 1 shrimp. But it's cool because you really feel a sense of progression, and like doing basic stuff is hard, which is kind of true like in real life, you know, like it's not exactly, you don't just walk outside and easily chop down a tree or fish something. So I kind of feel it. I mean, I'm usually a sucker for, maybe this is why I'm playing 2001Scape on Ultimate Ironman mode. I'm usually a sucker for old school, like you've got to earn it yourself gameplay. Is more than likely why I am actually here, why I've made the life choices that I have to be in the 2001Scape indie game at this moment. To be 40 episodes into a series on 2001Scape right now. It's absolutely nuts. Absolutely sick. Okay. 3 more pie dishes. Okay, wait. Now we need the meat. So we've got 6 pie dishes filled up with pastry dough. 6 pie shells. Now to the chickens. We need 6 pieces of meat cooked to embed into our pie dishes so that we can have meat pies to cook. Yeah, all the steps. And then we get a few minutes of glory in the dungeon against the strongest attackable creature in the game, the Ice Giant. Alright, let's kill some chickens. Look at the sheep out of the pen. We have gained at least one level. It was like Pray Evil, I think. Yeah, 22. Pray Evil this session. Unfortunately, prayer has no function in 2001Scape, but it is still cool to level and move up the leaderboard. But yeah, there's no functional purpose to prayer yet. It's like they added the bones to the game, but not the effect of the bones, like they wanted people to get excited about what was coming. Which you can kind of see that they did that. They wanted to build your anticipation for something, get you excited for the future. Because we have tailoring here that we know never really happened. That's now a kind of combined with crafting, right, to make it both ranged and magic gear. And then Herb Law is here, but you can't use it yet. Thieving is here, but you only are rewarded from the Black Knight's Fortress quest. You can't actually pickpocket anyone, so lots of little hints of the future. I imagine that this is a point where the game was like scaling, like getting more popular, and I'm sure that the Gowers were just like pumped, trying to make their game as big and fun as possible since so many people were trying it out. 2 out of 3 meats successful. Hilarious to me that last time we cooked meat, we burned a few, had to go back for another trip to the chickens. This time we burned some chicken meat, but we cooked 6 straight meat pies without getting burnt. I wouldn't be surprised if we burned like 4 or 5 of the next batch because of how lucky we were on that run of pies. That was wildin'. I mean, I was like legit, and this is the funny thing about 2001Scape. I was overjoyed to have 6 straight pies cook successfully with my meager 28 cooking level. Oh. And I won't even be upset if we burn most of the next batch because of how awesome that was. All we can do is try and persevere through the failure. RuneScape is definitely a get knocked down, get back up again kind of game. Alright. I see in the chat, where are the Sturges hiding? Funny that there's not a Sturge in RuneScape. If you're interested in the reference, maybe search Sturge Hunters and see what comes up. Yeah, no, I don't think any. Is there anything like a Sturge in RuneScape? There might actually be. Like, I want to say maybe in Mauritania, maybe in like the Slayer's Tower kind of area. Not a Bloodveld, but like something. There's got to be something over there that's basically like a big blood-sucking mosquito thing. Yeah. I don't know. Definitely not in 2001Scape though. Nothing like that. Here we go. 1 success, 1 fail, and 1 success. Okay. It's going to take 3 trips again to fill our pies with meat. Yeah, I don't want to fill up too much of my Let's Play content with like shameless plugging. I am building an MMO inspired by RuneScape Classic, called Sturge Hunters. That is the reference of where the Sturge is hiding. But like, it's definitely building. You can play it right now. It's just text-based, and the graphical version planning to release in October. So I mean, like at first it's going to be super basic, like you can just move around like in RuneScape. So, yeah, pretty cool. I'm having a very fun time building it. Spending a lot of time playing other games and other MMOs for inspiration. And today I just really felt the urge to get back on 2001 and back on the grind. Because I just want my character to feel complete with the Mithril Square Shield. That's what we're after. This is the end game. I want the best in slot that I can acquire without the long grind. And believe you me, we will continue the mining smithing grind. It will happen. But I'm no fool. That's going to take a long time to accomplish, and so this is a much better short-term goal to focus on, trying to get the Mithril Square Shield drop. And it's just fun to go into the toughest dungeon in a game, fight and kill the strongest creature in a game, hoping for a drop. That's like the stuff of MMO, like myth and legends, right? Like that's what you're after. It's what you're chasing after in an MMO. One of the things you're chasing after, I shouldn't say that's the end-all be-all, but that is a large motivator, right? You want to get tough enough to slay and defeat the dragon, in this case being the ice giants. Ilvarg is unfortunately not in 2001Scape. And there are a pair of successes, so we'll be able to give it a shot at cooking our meat pies. Alright, here we go. Do I want to... Oh no, I already tried cooking them all. Okay, we have one extra cooked meat. Again, epic. Here we go. I'm going to say that if I can get 2 of these pies out of 6, I'm going to feel good after our just straight run of pie cooking success earlier. Here we go. Fingers crossed, everyone, if you're watching right now. I see you watching right now. Cross those fingers. If you're in bed, it doesn't matter. Cross the fingers. We need these to cook. At least 2 of them. Alright, here we go. And the first is a success. Let's freaking go. Maybe I'm just like... No, I'm not going to say that. Yep, here it comes. You accidentally burned the pie. I'm not going to say that out loud. I don't want to jinx it. And there's 2 burns in a row. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's happening. Okay, we got 2. That's great. Maybe I'll feel like it's a bonus if we get a 3rd. Yeah, let's go. We got 3. That's more than I could have even asked for. Yep. 3 successes. And I'm definitely happy with that. We're going to head back to the mill to fill up these 3 pie dishes. But yeah, 3, I'll take it. I was thinking that the odds needed to bounce back against me for everything to average out, for the gods of luck and fate to equalize. You can't have too much success without failure in games like this. So to the mill we go. 3 meat pies successfully obtained. Well, and this extra cooked meat will be one less slot of meat that we need to kill and collect for the next batch before we head back into the dungeon for round 2. I really believed, like I believed in my heart that we were going to kill a 4th ice giant that time. And it wasn't to be, but I thought it was going to happen. Is it worth carrying the extra cooked meat if it means that I need to go up and down the tower twice? I don't know, it might not. I maybe should have just dropped the meat. These are the funny things that you think about when you're ultimate Ironmaning. I put both wheats in. Did I put both wheats in and then operate the hopper once? Can you do that? Wow, I'm going to have to explicitly try that on the next round. Very, very interesting. The more you know. Right, let's get one more wheat for a third pot, for 3 pots of flour, to have 3 more attempts at cooking meat pies. We're just hanging out in RuneScape in Lumbridge. The Duke's country. It's a nice day. Nice peaceful day in Lumbridge. All I've got going on is a goblin invasion that has not been quelled in decades at this point, and giant spiders crawling around. We've got rats outside the town. It's a nice place to live. It's a very prominent graveyard. They sell axes. But there's bread, so at least there's that. Okay. Pick up our last pot of flour. Last flour for our last pot. Let's go make some pie dishes. It'd be nice if you could like use something like this as a source of water. Would be pretty cool. Alright, we're going to use the bucket on the well. Once again. See if we can do this properly. Bucket on the well, get our well water. Use it on the pot, and select pastry dough. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Alright. Excellent, excellent. Pastry dough, yep. Oh, did I drop it on the ground? Oh my gosh. Wow, 5-second rule, I guess. That is funny. Okay, we've got our 3 pie dishes. We already have 1 cooked meat. We only need to kill 2 more chickens, and this is why I actually think that because it takes like -1 second to kill a chicken these days, I probably should have just dropped the chicken meat to avoid. If we're truly min-maxing this, which again, as Josh Strife Hayes would say, you don't want to optimize the fun out of a game. The quickest way to ruin a game is to optimize the fun out of it. However, if we want to, if we just happen to want to min-max this, then I probably should have dropped the meat. So now I have to go back up and down the tower. It especially does make sense to be as efficient as you can when you're doing something so repetitive as cooking pies in RuneScape. Like, because this is the best food source that we have access to presently. And we could burn one of these. We don't even have to be successful. Oh, so then I totally should have used this meat on this pie to have another slot. Wow. Look at that wasted efficiency. XP waste going on. Yeah, RuneScape is definitely a very efficiency-focused game. Want to figure out the best training methods, the shortest path to your goals. Alright, here we go. 3 attempts. If I can get 2 out of 3, I will be more than happy. First is a success. Let's go. Starting off strong. Second attempt is a fail, of course. Should have expected as much. Third attempt is a success. Okay, so we only need one more. We only need one more successful pie cooking attempt. We're going to be good to go. We're going to be ready for another dip into the Asgarnian Ice Dungeon. And maybe, just maybe, oh, maybe just maybe it was our strength potion that was the difference. Like our strength potion fades and then suddenly we can't get the job done. We need strength levels, is what it is. We need that strength XP. Again, it might be useful at some point to just go grind combat XP somewhere. Another, like, 2 or 3 combat levels, like strength levels, maybe an attack, a defense, a couple strengths could be all that we need to turn the tide in our favor. We should totally pick all 3 wheat and fill all 3 pots of flour regardless of only having 1 pie tin to fill. Just makes sense to grind all 3 at the same time. Let's try it. Putting 1 grain in the hopper. Let's see if I can put the second. There is already grain in the hopper, so no, I did not put a multiple in and operate it once for all of those grains. That did not happen. You operate the hopper. Let's collect our flour. And maybe I need to go ahead and kill chickens. I don't know why I'm waiting to do that. We've got the inventory slots. Why not kill them right now? In case you're successful, because you can always just drop them. Since once again, it takes like no time to kill a chicken. Getting all this juicy strength XP while we're at it. From chicken slaying. You've been playing for over 1 hour. Please consider visiting our advertiser if you see an advert which interests you. Doing so will help ensure RuneScape remains free. Yep, we know exactly how that went. We know exactly how it went down. Alright, that is 3 pieces of raw meat. 3 pots of flour. Oh, I'm gonna have to juggle the meat. Whatever. We'll just drop it, and if it despawns, again, we don't care. We do not care. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna put the pastry dough on the ground again. We'll drop a meat, pick up the pastry dough, use it on pie dish, take our meat. And then if we're successful at even 1 of the 3 meats to cook, then we'll be in a good spot. We'll be able to make another attempt at a meat pie. Alright, here we go. We're going to cook our meat first. Let's see how many successes we get. 2. Makes sense. Maybe we just got the burn out of the way. We got that burn out of the way, so we're going to be in the clear with this uncooked meat pie. And great success. All right, let's head to the dungeon. Let's freaking go. And we're going to have 2 already filled pots of flour on our way there. Should we just fill the 3rd? Maybe we just like jumpstart the next batch by making sure all of our pots of flour are filled, so that after the dungeon ends we can just go straight. That's actually kind of a cool idea. Like setting up success for the future. We also, it was nice having that last piece of cooked meat. I might just like kill and cook 2 chickens really quick to have just completely full inventory of food. Give us the best possible chance. Of success. Then once we are done with this strength potion, I really am going to want another strength pot, because clearly that is helping us. I ran into a wall against the last giant, and that has to have been at least partially due to my strength boost running out. Or reducing. We're probably just a little under-leveled for the end game, really. Like, we probably should spend some hours somewhere else training combat. But it's kind of fun training your combat XP. Whoa, that was crazy. Scary, actually. It's fun training combat on the ice giants. So you get that dice roll at the mithril square shield every time you get a kill. 3 more kills today. 8 in the last session. That is 3 so far today. Okay, let's try chopping a tree. Use a steel axe on a tree. And first try. Let's freaking go. Use our tinderbox on the logs. Failed to light a fire. Not so lucky. And hey, a fire making level. We're getting all kinds of just random tangential levels today. Use a raw meat. We hit 29 cooking and I didn't even see it? Are you kidding me? Let's freaking go. 29 cooking. We got a pre-evil level, irrelevant, a fire making level, partially irrelevant, and a cooking level, completely 100% relevant. Oh, that is so great. Now it's going to be a little weird clicking because all my foods are definitely not in a row, but we have a full inventory of meat pies. At least the 6 that we've optimized our inventory for. We've got the rest of our slots filled with cooked meat. We have 3 filled pots of flour ready to make into dough for the next batch. Is that the highwayman chasing us down? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're going to run now. And it looks like we have naturally regained all of our health. We didn't have to eat at all. Oh, he's retreating. That's so funny. Didn't have to retreat at all. Let's just put my meat on the ground to bury those bones. Pick it back up. We're doing well, and we're heading back into the dungeon, and we want a mithril square shield drop. We've got a steel axe, an iron two-handed longsword. Those are all great, but it's not what we're after. We're after the mithril square shield. Our adamant looks sick. An adamant shield would look sick. We currently have a steel square shield, and that is just not going to cut it. I wonder if that upgrade will make a significant difference fighting the ice giants too. Because my armor is 128 right now. We'll have to see how much of an improvement that actually is. And the mining smithing grind is going to be so long and arduous that maybe after I get the square shield, maybe I just like bite the bullet and start grinding mining smithing, because I know I'm going to burn out on it. Like, it's just a thing that's going to happen. So maybe I just go ahead and get the first burnout out of the way so I can get over it faster. Just like jumpstart the burnout as quickly as possible on a path to 85 smithing in 2001Scape. Which I don't even know if I would go that far. I don't know. Would probably just go until the best shield. I don't know, is 85 the best shield? I don't know what's what. And part of my rules about this account is not looking things up, not using the wiki. My style is to discover everything I can about the game in-game. And I of course learn things from other players that have spent time in the wiki, but it's so much more fun to me to figure things out on my own. Even if it's not the most efficient path forward, it's just more fun. It's a better time doing it for me. So yeah, here we are next to Thurgo. Thurgo should be here. Incando dwarf and a lover of red berry pies. We're heading down into the Asgarnian Ice Dungeon. Let's freaking go. After the strongest attackable creature in all of 2001Scape. I guess I'll put on... Do I want defensive? Oh, I really want to bear those bones, but I don't want to get into another fight. I'm like, do I want defensive for the approach? So I don't get like dinged for one when every hit point is going to count. Okay, we're going to hit a goblin, and then we should be clear. We should be in the clear next. 1, 2. Oh, they're surrounding me. Just perfect. And right back into combat. I still haven't taken any damage, which is good. And third tick. Yeah, alright, pot up. Here we go. Strength. Yep. +6. Don't let him catch. Yeah, here we go. Alright. And flick. Yep. Yeah, that 8. Let's go. So we're going to be back in combat as quickly as we can to optimize the strength potion. And even carrying 2 strength potions could be a move. There we go. Got off the flick for a second. He's hitting me hard. He's hitting me very hard. It's crazy he can hit a 7. Is that the highest that we've seen him hit? We hit a 7, we hit a 6. Doing pretty well on the first Giant of Thorn. Oh, we take a 7! Oh, we gotta eat. Eat twice. Eat twice. Come on, land a big one. Get the KO. Get the KO. Come on. Oh, we're burning so much food. Burning so many hits. There we go. Bones, coins. Let's walk away for a second. Let's go ahead and eat to our heart's content. Alright, we're doing pretty good. Let's get back into the fight with still a +5 strength bonus. Here we go. Oh, he hits a 7 right off the bat. Come on. Bunch of zeros, bunch of whiffs. Trying to keep the flick. It's harder when the ticks are so close. He lands a 7 and I hit a 4. That's no good. I don't even know if the aggressive half of the flick is working because of how close the ticks are together. I don't actually know how the math shakes out there. My hope is that I'm getting +3 to defense when the giant hits me and then turning around and getting a +3 to strength on the tick that I hit the giant. We're at 14, so we could get 2 tapped right now. Gotta be very careful. Hit a 6, nice. There we go. Come on, one more. Oh, there's a 6. Let's do accuracy. There we go. A mithril mace. Oh, that tripped me out. I thought it was a shield. We're okay. I'll take that and sell it. That's actually pretty cool. All right back into it. Let's use our +4 strength while we have it. Here we go. Down to 3. Maybe I need to be doing accurate. Maybe just like any hits at all are going to be... Since I already have the strength buff, Maybe I just need to land them. Let's try that. Yeah, there's a 7. Nice. Like when they're so tough, maybe the accuracy buff is going to be better. Oh, took another 7. This guy hits so hard. This time I feel like we're going to be lucky if we get a 3rd. Definitely averaging 3 kills. Oh, an 8 on an accuracy mode. Wow. Oh, and we healed a little bit. There's a 6 followed by 7. Ooh, we took a 5. Let's eat. Attack. The ticks are so close together now. I just cannot hit. I cannot land a hit. There's a 4. We're in 1 hit territory now. Only at +2 strength now. Oh, that's it. That's it. Gotta bail. Oh no! Oh no, we did it. We died. Oh, we died on the stream too. Oh no, no, no. Oh, we gotta get over there. Oh my gosh, my gravestone is down in the back of that. Oh. Okay, so all we gotta do is pick up the most important things first, so that if we die again, we reset the timer. Man, this is gonna be a once per session thing now, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Tempted fate. A little too much there. Oh dear, you are dead. It's a very fun time fighting the ice giants. But it might be helpful to get my attack up somewhere else for a bit, because I just am whiffing so often that it can't be optimal. Oh, that Dark Wizard's aggro. I don't think this Black Knight's aggro, but that Dark Wizard I think is aggro. I forgot that there's Dark Wizards right here. I really don't need to be dancing. I really don't need to be zigzagging and dancing when I'm trying to race to the spot. To the pile of my crap sitting in the back of this Asgarnian Ice Dungeon right now. How long till someone else can see it? The worst part of it is not even... I still have my adamant chest plate. That is the most expensive piece. And it's keeping this probably by monetary value, I'm sure is what it's doing, by the cost if you were to sell this. But my Amulet of Accuracy is in there, man. And you only get one of those in the entire game. Like for the Fashionscape, you can still get another amulet, make it look like you have your Amulet of Accuracy. But if you want that amulet slot bonus, you get one from the Imp Catcher quest. And the only way to get another one is to trade for it. Someone else has to give you their one Amulet of Accuracy. Of course, you could create an account and trade yourself another one. But I'm an Ironman, so I only have one Amulet of Accuracy, so I cannot let that despawn. And in fact, the #1 priority item for me to pick up is exactly that Amulet of Accuracy, which I may or may not have dropped on two other occasions in this very dungeon to these very ice giants. That may or may not have happened in the last session, and then a long time ago doing the Knight's Sword quest, I believe, over here. Gosh, alright, so wish my amulet luck. Hopefully it has not despawned by the time that I get here. We have got to go. Oh, I can see everything still right there. I can see it. My adamant helmet, my mithril mace. I'm looking, I don't see the amulet. You know how depressing it would be to just see all of that, like crossbow. Here we go. Where is Amulet of Accuracy? There we go. Let's freaking go. Oh no. Definitely defensive mode. Amulet of Accuracy. Alright, here we go. Spam click, everything. Everything that we can. Okay, we got the amulet. That is good. We're going to have to do a walk here. And then a take. Yep. Take everything we can. Yep. We want those coins. Oh, am I going to die again? If I'm going to die, then I need to at least get the coins. I want the runes. And at least if I die again, I'll die closer to the front of the dungeon. This is probably dumb. I got everything. Can I take another step? 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I made it 3 zeros in a row. I can still get killed by these goblins, but I should be able to recover my stuff. 1, 2. Oh, the giant is chasing. Do you see that? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's wait for clearing. Woo! That would have been an F in the chat for a... Oh, why didn't I equip my gear for some defensive stats there? Probably just the tension of the moment. Oh my gosh. Lag. Yep. Let's try to dodge, and woo! Alright, we made it. Oh my gosh, that was wild. Don't even have my cape on. What am I doing walking around without my blue cape? We made it. We tempted fate. We died quite a ways from Lumbridge again. And managed to pick everything back up. There's our shield. Oh my gosh. 5 hits. 5 hits left. Oh, can you believe it? Yeah, so we might need to go do something else for a bit, which wouldn't be the worst because we won't need to run pies over and over again. We can just like maybe go to the barbarian village and just pick up meat. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Why don't we actually head that way? Where in the world am I? Is that Falador? Yeah. 'Tis. I wonder if this wizard, does it drop like the wizard's gear? I bet it does. Man, that was wild. That was crazy. Killed again. Look at that 56. I mean the numbers are red. Like the NPC's numbers are red. Like I should know that it's going to be hard to fight, and it might actually be a more fun time if we level up and don't have to eat so much food. Like how inefficient is it to spend like 80% of your time like grinding for food instead of actually fighting the thing that you're trying to kill. But all in good fun. Let's see. White Knights are level 56. They're pretty tough. Why can I never remember what level the Ice Giant is? 60-something, right? Like maybe 63? So the White Knights are actually some of the tougher enemies in the game. It would be cool if there was like a place to buy food, like good food. I think there's a place in Al Kharid that sells crappy food, like almost intentionally. I wonder if like in the cooking guild, if maybe there's not just ingredients, but like actual food that you can buy. That would be pretty cool. So we could just like sell drops. Yeah, we could just like sell drops from stuff and buy the food. The problem is that the pie heals so much more than the cooked meat. And you need to last so long. Like, I need so much food to get any kills. It's definitely suboptimal. But maybe it'd work out with higher combat stats. Maybe that's the trade-off. I also did not cast Wind Bolt at all. That could have been tactical. That actually really could have helped. I don't know why I didn't do that. I didn't have a beer. I didn't have any other stat boosts going on. Let's get some XP while we're in here. We'll try to finish this 40th strength level, and then maybe we go to attack next. It's like preferably we want to kill something that, well, with the ice giant, the main pull was the fact that it drops the square shield. That is the drop that we're after, so that just makes sense. But if we're not going after the drop, if it can drop whatever, then we want to kill something that we can kill easily, as easily as possible. Without needing to like back for food, so that we get as much XP in the time period as we can. I'm actually going to drop this stuff. If we're going to do some other combat training for a bit, then I don't need this. Probably not going to sell this stuff. So we can have other inventory space for things that we actually intend to sell, like the mithril mace. Yeah, and basically just like grind some more combat XP. It's always fun. We just kind of go wander around and kill stuff. Always a fun thing to do in RuneScape. Oh, I was like, what's going on? This is not the level 16 Barbarian. This is level 37 Gunther the Brave. Gunther, also the former world heavyweight champion in wrestling. Most people are like, what? And that one person that watches wrestling too is going to be like, what a crossover. I'm watching 2001Scape and this person also watches wrestling. What kind of weird combination? What personality type is both on 2001Scape and WWE? How does that happen? 99% of you are like, what is this guy on about? Gunther. Yeah, so another MMO that I am very likely going to try out in the near future is Meridian 59. I don't know if any of you have heard of Meridian 59. But it was apparently the first 3D graphical MMO. And it looks like it looks old, it looks clunky. But it looks like it has some of the ideas that I was envisioning for Sturge Hunters, like back then. And so I'm definitely very heavily influenced by old school MMOs. I really love like EverQuest. Like RuneScape is my favorite game of all time. RuneScape Classic era is like the best. Yeah, Meridian 59 is an even older. It's a 1996 is when it was published. 3D MMO. It looks confusing. It looks like it doesn't hold your hand. You just kind of have to figure things out as you go. A big first-person pixely world with other players and open PvP, and it just sounds like a good time. I'm planning to give that one a try. in the near future. Spend some grinding hours. I've come to the realization that I feel like I actually prefer the older, worse graphics in games these days. I don't know why, but like this just feels, it's probably just nostalgia, I don't know. This just feels I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It just looks so fun. Like when I see a new game that looks old, and I don't just mean like pixel art, like just, oh, strength level 40 strength, let's freaking go. That didn't take much time at all. We actually need to be doing this. We really need to be just talking about random stuff and killing random things and getting XP for it. And then after some levels, we can come back and try out the giants again. But you might have experienced the same thing, but when you see a certain kind of old art, like art that looks on the surface like, oh, they didn't care about it. I don't mean they didn't care about it, but like to the uninitiated, they would look at it and be like, oh, that's just like some old game. But if it's like any kind of recent game with that kind of art, then you're like, okay, wait a second. It's like, on the surface, it like looks inaccessible. Like, oh, a modern, like catered AAA game player is not gonna like it. But maybe that's like on purpose, some like intentional unpolish. Like, okay, this person was influenced by some other old game. Like they want to take it somewhere. I don't know. I might be reading too much into the artwork, but I get excited when I see a certain kind of old graphical setup. Like your character's art is really just there to give you a visual state of the world. It's not there to look like the shiniest thing ever. And so most of the focus goes into like the gameplay and the world. All of the content. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what I'm after. A strength level, a fire-making level, a pray evil level, a cooking level. It's the strength and the cooking level that I told you all that I wanted so badly. I could just go kill chickens and get 30 cooking and finally see what the heck is in the cooking guild. I think I would need a chef's hat. Likely. Yeah, that could be an approach. And you know what? I actually think that's a pretty good idea. Why don't we go kill chickens and train cooking at the same time? We can probably kill them very quickly. So, yeah, I'm actually going to give that a try. And since we're heading to Lumbridge, I actually have something I want to do that we talked about a while ago. I've been so focused on the giants that I haven't really thought about it, but I have a good friend named Alder, and that if you've watched the entire series, you might remember the Alder's Tears challenge. Basically, equipping a complete set of bronze armor before you equip a complete set of iron, and so forth, to kind of make the game more interesting, to cycle through all of the armor in the game as a challenge, which is kind of cool, so you can see your player's progression one tier at a time instead of like skipping straight to adamant, as an example. Alder actually made a task list, an achievement list for 2001Scape, and we'll go ahead and throw that up here, if we can see that. Yeah, okay, so you should be able to see this now. And yeah, Lumbridge, Alcarid, there's all these different locations in-game, and Alder has taken the time, kind of like in like modern RuneScape 3 or old school RuneScape, the task lists. Alder put this together, and I think it's really cool. So I think while we are killing stuff, getting XP, just kind of improving to get more efficient at the giants, I think it'd be fun to keep track of this and to mark things off as we go. And I will I'll include a link in the description with a link to this page so that you can make a copy of it and start tracking your own task list if you'd like to, but I just thought this would be a lot of fun. So the first things first, we're going to be in Lumbridge. Let's look at the Lumbridge task list, and the very first task is talk to the guide to learn about RuneScape, and I think that it is fun that the RuneScape guide is present all the way back at this point. Where am I at? Draenor? Yeah, we're going to head to... Oh, the chickens. Yeah, to the east here. So, first things first, in our Alder's task list, achievement list, first task to accomplish is to talk to the RuneScape guide. So we will go ahead and do that. Right after I riggedy wreck this highwayman, as is tradition. The examine text is a nice little underscore. Fun stuff. We are working on our attack right now. Take the bones. We don't need the cape, but we could fly the cape as a flag around Lumbridge as a gruesome sign of our dominance over the highwayman before dropping it. Maybe go leave it on the Duke's doorstep. Who knows? But whatever the case, this is what I'm actually here for. To kill chickens, but since we're looking at the task list, why don't I love this. My ADHD just loves a distraction. RuneScape is full of little small side tasks that you can complete. Actually, I think that's maybe a feature of role-playing games in general, right? Having a bunch of side quests and little small tasks to accomplish. I think MMOs especially lean heavily into that to keep you online, keep you playing as long as possible, especially if they run a subscription model. But yeah, let's get distracted. Let's continue waving the highwayman's cape gruesomely through the town, and find the RuneScape guide. Is this the guide? Wow. So I wonder if this, it's funny, we've walked by the guide so many times, I don't think I've ever actually stopped to talk to the guide, which is one of the things that I appreciate about task lists. Like, some people are not down here. While we're on it, let's go ahead and honor the Duke of Lumbridge with another highwayman's cape desecrated. So some people don't like the go down a list and just check everything off, and I totally can understand that. Maybe it feels like a job. Or like you're, I don't know, it's maybe uninspiring for some people to just like follow a bunch of tasks. But I think it's cool when the tasks are creative, like this one. I don't think I've ever spoken to this guide, even though we've walked right past the guide over and over again. It kind of like opens your eyes to pieces of the game that if you're just so focused on min-maxing that you'll just go right past. So I'm all about exploring and diving deeper into the games I play, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Let's talk to the guide. He gives hints to new adventurers. Ooh, this is actually, this NPC actually has an examine text at this point, May of 2001. That's pretty cool. Let's talk to the guide. Oh, he's running away. Hello, adventurer. Can I guide you on your journeys? Let's lie. I just got here. Where should I start? You're at Lumbridge Castle. There are not many creatures close to here that will attack you, but there are always some. When you go further away from the castle, you will meet tougher and stronger creatures. Some will attack you if you go too close. Wow. That's cool. Are there any quests near here, and what will I need? A quest is simply a task to help someone or to prove your strength. There are a few quests near here to be done. If you complete quests, you can gain experience and treasure. To find a quest, talk to anyone you can. There are some items about that will help you too. Wow. Okay. This is all good stuff. Yo, what's up, Christoph? Thanks for hanging out in the chat. Appreciate you being here. What are the best places to go to? Aw, thanks. Abit TV says, oh yeah, I missed this series. I'll have to watch the VOD though. Yeah, no worries. The VOD will go up. I'll probably upload it later today, and then it'll probably come out like tomorrow. So yeah, I've already got around maybe close to 2 hours recorded for this episode. So yeah, we should be cranking into the third hour this session. So yeah, thanks a ton for hanging out. I appreciate it, guys. Okay, what are the best places to go? If you've just joined, I'll throw this back up. While I am going around training my combat XP on random stuff around the game, I actually decided to kick off the Alder challenge. It's like a task list, and so I'm talking to the guide for the very first time because that is the getting started task on Alder's task list, and I will totally put this link in the description of the video when it comes out. Okay, anyway, what are the best places to go to? The city of Varrock is the main trading and living place. It's where you can get anything you can afford, but be careful, there are thieves and worse in Varrock. Eventually, all roads lead to the city. There's a farm on the way to Varrock, just don't annoy the farmer. There's a store here that you can sell basic items. The store is always open, so you can buy when you need something. There is a church, a mill, a graveyard, and a few other places to go very close to here. You should find something useful in most of them. Wow, that's actually a lot of good information for someone that just joined the game. Wow, I'm actually impressed with this dialogue. This is cool. How did I miss this? How did I never actually come across this? Very, very interesting. Okay, what are all the people and creatures around here? What do they do? Some characters here are other games players. Some are creatures and people that live in RuneScape. You can talk and trade and fight with most of them if you want to. So not as many specifics there, but kind of interesting, breaking the fourth wall, letting us know that there are other players that are playing. Why would I want to fight? This is a pretty deep dialogue tree. If you fight when you can win and search everywhere you go, you will find your strength and treasure will increase. Many characters drop treasure as they die. Would I benefit from speaking to other players? You can type to speak to other players. Anyone close to you will hear. Just be careful about paying for player advice. It's not usually worth it. You can spot real players because you can trade directly with them. Other players will have knowledge of the game. Many will be happy to help. Should I attack the other players? To be fair, you cannot attack just any of the other players. You can fight people with about the same strength as you, and anyone tougher. If you die, you will lose everything in your backpack, so do not be persuaded to attack any player who asks you to. They will just be after your treasure. You can't run away immediately. Christoph says they drop treasure when they die. That's so funny. How do I become a better warrior? To be a good warrior takes practice and good equipment. Skill is only gained by fighting. The more you win fights, the better you will become. The tougher the fights you win, the quicker you will progress. What other skills will help me fight? Oh, how can I choose who is best to fight? How do I... Wow, this really is a very deep dialogue tree. How can I improve my weapons and armor? To get better armor and weapons, you'll need to visit the stores. In Varrock, there are many weapon and armor makers who will sell to you. They will also buy any weapons and armor you do not need, so keep any you want to sell. We definitely did that on our way to affording this sweet, sweet adamant kit. Okay, what are other skills that will help me fight well? If you really want to be a good warrior, you will find other skills are useful. If you improve your magic, you will find many battle spells. Cooking is also a good skill to have, as feeding yourself will make you stronger when you need it. If you can make your own weapons, then you will find it much cheaper. How can I choose who is best to fight? Be careful that you do not fight anyone too strong. The palace guards around here are very tough for beginners. They will probably kill you instantly. Better to fight weaker people. There are some goblins just over the bridge that are not too tough. Mind you, some goblins are strong. Always check the strength. You can always run away, providing you have time to before you die. How can I avoid dying? Now, this is a very important one. We've already died this episode, so maybe we'll get some good advice. To start with, the castle area is safe. If you venture out, check your map for other creatures close, and if you think they may attack, move away. You will find which creatures and people attack and which don't. If you get attacked, try to run back where you came from. Most creatures won't chase you outside their own area. Wow, what is my strength and how can I improve it? When you fight, your hit level is displayed in green over your head. This is your hit level as in the statistics box. When you get injured, this will get lower. It will rise again if you stay out of trouble. Eating will also help it return. As you win more fights, your hit level will increase. Wow, you have been a great help. Thank you. Wow, that was actually go and use what you have learnt. Soon you'll be swarming the dungeons with the boldest. Wow. That is crazy. I can't believe the wealth of knowledge that this guide is just willing to willy-nilly give out. And that I've never spoken with them before. It makes me think of like the Lumbridge Sage in later variants of the game. I don't know if there's also a guide in addition to the Lumbridge Sage in more recent versions of the game, or if the Lumbridge Sage is like a replacement for the guide. That's a very interesting. I'm going to have to think about that as I dip into other versions of RuneScape. Okay, so since we did that, why don't we head over to the site, the checklist, and check this one off. Talk to the guide to learn about RuneScape. Nice. Next, we have to make Hans run for his life. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, that is funny. We can do that. Let's go talk to Hans. Alder, you were so funny. This is already good. This is already an entertaining task list, in my opinion. Here's a man. Hans is walking around the castle in recent games. Is Hans inside in 2001? Let's see. The chef. Is that Hans? Yeah, here's Hans. Okay. Hanging out in the dining area. Hello, and what are you doing here? I've come to kill everyone in this castle. Help! Help! Is that making Hans flee? Oh, yeah, he runs away. Oh my gosh. Wait, is that just he decided to walk, or is he actually running away? Let's try it again. Is he going to avoid me? Is he actually going to avoid me? I can't tell if he's just walking like normal or if he's avoiding me, because if so, that is freaking funny. It kind of looks like he's avoiding me. Let's talk to Hans again. Hello, and what are you doing here? I've come to kill everyone in this castle. Help! Help! Are you running away? Do you have different AI based on that dialogue option, or are you just doing your normal movement? We should have inspected his movement before before triggering that to see if anything changed. But whatever the case, that was funny. We can check this one off. The list. Make Hans run for his life. Kill a goblin. Okay. We've definitely done that, but I will pretend that I haven't done everything here. I came here to kill chickens, and I was just going to start the task list. Since I was here, you know, like while I'm in Lumbridge, I might as well start working through the Lumbridge tasks. But this is quite entertaining. So let's KO a goblin. Good stuff. Nice and easy. Yeah, goblins are currently wimps compared to our 40 strength. So we can mark that one off, and we're just rocking and rolling through. Next, we need to mill some grain into flour. Okay, cool. Oh wow, I minimized the site, and then what? It made a blank screen. That's funny. I have to remember that. And yeah, maybe we'll go actually kill some chickens now. Oh look, I've got some extra stuff. Oh, is this stuff that they dropped? That the giants or other things dropped, or that the guards dropped that I was killing? Yeah, we can go ahead and dump some of this stuff. Let's sell it off. Can I help you at all? Yes, please. What are you selling? Take a look. Okay, we're gonna sell the bronze axe, 6 gold pieces. Oh, will we get more at Bob's Brilliant Axes? We might. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the food. Let's sell it. because we're about to make more, like, immediately. Is this... The steel axe is my axe. I'm pretty sure. Do I even have a tinderbox? Yeah, we're not wood cutting right now. Or, actually, wait. Do I not have it? Do I not have a tinderbox right now? Yeah, I do. Okay, so yeah, that is my axe. I could sell the pie dishes for now, since we're not going to be... Yeah, if we're going to be doing other stuff, I want to free up that inventory space. This is an Ultimate Ironman account, so I'm not using the bank, but even if I was using the bank, all you can bank is gold in 2001Scape, so you have to inventory juggle. This game is actually the game that opened my eyes to the fun of juggling your bank in Ultimate Ironman modes. I never played Ultimate Ironman before 2001Scape, and it is so much extra fun that I have now created Ultimate accounts in several versions of RuneScape, and it is so much fun. I highly recommend it. It sounds weird. It sounded too restrictive for me. I was like, what was the point? I like collecting things, but as soon as you get into the account and you're forced to not have a bank and you just play without it, it starts to make sense. It's so worth it. Let's talk to Bob. Oh, give me a quest. Get your own. I always think that's so funny. Okay, seriously now. Talk to Bob. Have you anything to sell? In fact, I have something to sell you, good sir. Yes, I buy and sell axes. Take your pick. Or axe. Steel, bronze, we're going to sell... Oh, 9 gold pieces, and then the steel is 120. Yeah, so we definitely get more gold for selling to the right place. We've got a mithril mace. Oh my gosh, they dropped a mithril mace in the Giant's Den. Is there a mace store? I think there is, maybe in Falador. Might have to hang on to that and sell it for a higher price at the right place. Very cool. Okay. Very cool. Our next task is to mill some flour. So instead of doing that, we are going to kill some chickens for a bit, and then we'll go work on the next task. So I can actually fuel my ADHD energy by bouncing back and forth between the chickens, which will give me combat XP, training us up to be more efficient in fighting the ice giants, while also netting us some cooking XP, so our cooking improves, so we can stop. I'm not going to say stop, so we can burn things less often. Also, so we can get into the cooking guild. And potentially, what I think is going to happen is we're gonna suddenly be able to buy axes. We're just at Bob's axes. We're suddenly going to be able to buy apples and make apple pie, I think. But we're going to be so... We're going to have just barely the level required to cook it, so we're going to burn all the apple pie. So I really want a higher cooking level to make cooking good food more efficient overall. That would just be nice. Also... Oh no, that's not going to help. I was thinking... Are we going to be able to make pies faster because we're changing ingredients from cooked meat to apples? But that's not... It's not going to significantly increase our cooking speed. Pies are still going to take a while because we've got to mill and grind all the flour to get all the pie dough. So I still don't know of a place in-game where you can just buy the dough. Otherwise, I might train combat, sell stuff, and just buy dough. Just to save on the time. I'm actually going to kill this goblin over here in case they drop a chef's hat. We might be able to buy a chef's hat from the general store. I can't remember. Bones and goblin armor. Nice. Don't need that. But we got to remember that in other versions of RuneScape for when we need goblin armor for what? The quest? Goblin diplomacy. How to kill goblins for their goblin armor. That just makes sense. Which I think that was the last quest in 2001Scape. We had I want to say 15 total quests to complete in this version. I'm wondering, so the next kind of one step further from 2001Scape, which is May of 2001, is the RSC Perfect server, which is like, it's supposed to be right before membership release. So it's like one of the last builds of 2001Scape where everything was free to play. Quite interesting. But it's supposed to have more content, maybe more skills, more quests, all of that good stuff. It'd be cool to see how much further that server goes past Goblin Diplomacy. Okay, and yeah, we are collecting a good chunk of cooked meat. I think if we fill completely up, it'll drop the log on the ground, right? So I think that's fine. When we need to cook, when we need to start a fire to cook all of the meat and get the cooking XP. Yeah, so we're getting attack XP for killing chickens. And now we're going to get cooking XP for cooking their meat. So I don't know if the chickens are so low XP that this is going to be not worth it. But we're going to give it a try and see, just kind of feel the vibes on how long it takes to level up using this method. Let's see how it goes. Let's use the axe on the tree. Right click, use axe on tree, slip and fill to hit the tree twice. Third try, and we get some wood. Awesome. So now we use the tinderbox on the logs once per attempt. And we got a fire on the first try. Let's freaking go. Now let's start cooking. Let's see how we do. Hopefully everything cooks nice and easy. That is the hope. And what our cooking level is 29 right now. So we are working towards 30 cooking. At which point I'll probably try to get a chef's hat and go check out the cooking guild. I think that'll be fun. No idea how close we are to a cooking level. Cooking usually doesn't take that long to train. It's been slow for me because I haven't been explicitly cooking it, or explicitly training it. I've just been kind of training it along the way while training other skills. We dropped one piece of meat. But if we do this, then we should fairly quickly level up. It shouldn't be long, and we'll have 30 cooking, which will be awesome. Yeah, which will be very cool. Let's go to the general store and sell this meat. If I can sell it for a coin, then sure, we can do it. If it's fast. If it's 0, of course, we'll just drop it. I don't know if like 10 coins a pop is going to be worth walking over here. But why not? At least my first few times until I get bored of it. To not waste. Good meat. Maybe someone else, some other virtual NPC will come over here and buy some meat. We'll buy it for 1 gold, but eventually it's going to drop down to 0, huh? Nope, still buying for a gold. Yeah, cool. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Very, very cool. Okay, let's head back to the chickens. 31 attack. Yeah, lots of room to improve there. 31 attack, 29 cooking. Okay. We are continuing to move up in the world. With every action that we take, our character grows stronger. And I really love that we haven't got to this point and we've just like mastered the game. Like even this old version of RuneScape, like we're having to put time in again to... We've killed the strongest creature in the game, right? Like we've finished all the quests, we've killed an ice giant, and you would think that'd be it. But getting the Mithril Square Shield, we need to kill so many ice giants that we can't just barely kill it, or it's going to take forever. We need to increase our combat stats even further to efficiently kill the ice giant so that we can efficiently grind out kills and get the drop that we're after. And this is like the stuff of MMO legend, right? Like being at an end game and killing some large, tough creature to get the right drop. It's got everything. 2001Scape, it's very happy and very fitting that there is an in-game combat challenge for anyone looking to play, especially people that come from more modern games, even more modern versions of RuneScape. A lot about 2001Scape is going to be very, very, very different, but something that most different MMO players will connect with is that mountain to climb of killing the strongest creature, and then the reward, the casino style gameplay of kill the creature a bunch of times and hope for the best drop. So pretty cool. We're killing the chickens faster than they can spawn right now, which is hilarious. Aiming for 32 attack and 30 cooking. Unlike more recent versions of the game, even 2003 RuneScape Classic, I believe, has a XP numbers for you to see. We have no way of watching the numbers go up. We just complete the action until we get the level ding, which was really hard for me initially to get past. I love seeing the number go up is good for me in my brain. It's funny, the things that you miss. Okay, and we've got another round of meat to cook. Still at 31 attack. I didn't see a level come across. No. So let's cook another round of meat and see if we hit 30 or not. We're going to use the steel axe on the tree. Yup. 3 failed attempts, 4 failed attempts, 5 failed attempts, 6 failed attempts. There we go. Oh, and we got a wood cutting level. Let's freaking go. That is definitely one of the fastest skills to train. Our wood cutting is now 15. Am I not getting attempts? What's happening here? Let me click off. Use tinderbox with logs. What is happening? Not getting what in the world is going on? Not able to. Let's try picking up the logs. Did I find a bug? What was that? I don't know if y'all saw that. That was a little weird. Or am I lagging out? Is that what's happening? Drop logs. Let's take the raw meat back. I just dropped this meat just flat on the floor. Oh, I just used meat on the log. That's definitely not going to help. But what about the tinderbox? There we go. Okay, I don't know what was going on there. That was quite interesting. Logs begin to burn. Let's start cooking. We got a wood cutting level. We burnt our first 2 in a row. Are you kidding me? Oh, no way! 3 in a row? 3 burnt meats in a row? Oh my gosh! The RNG for cooking in RuneScape Classic is unreal. Gosh, it actually is so rewarding to train your cooking because of how terrible you are at cooking when you start RuneScape. Like you really have to earn the ability to properly cook something. My dude just can't take the meat off the fire before it burns. Like he can't learn how to do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 burnt meats in that round, and we are still at 29 cooking. Have not yet hit the cooking guild level. It's so cool having almost having the best gear in the game on this character. It really feels epic. We've got the quest cape, got the amulet of accuracy from the imp catcher quest. We've got all the adamant gear that we can buy. Ironman mode, not off of a player. There is a better shield we could buy from a player, the adamant shield. There's one player that can smith it currently. This is an Ironman mode account though, and so we're not going to buy one off him. This is actually a steel square shield. We're going to get the mithril square shield as a drop from an ice giant. That is actually the drop that we're hunting. I say we're hunting. Earlier in the episode, I was killing ice giants, and now I am training combat on other things to just get better, trying to get good to kill giants faster. And then beyond that, if we want to improve our gear with either an adamant shield or an adamant two-handed sword, either of those upgrades are going to take smithing. Lots and lots of mining and smithing, which will be quite a grind, but we will get there. It will happen. It might take a long time, might take a very long time, but it will be glorious when it happens. Alright, we're going to chop down a tree. This time our tinderbox is working well. I need to go back and watch that clip of me trying this. Was I accidentally using meat on the fire repeatedly? Like, what was I doing? I'm so confused. I'm really excited, as an aside, about the changes coming to RuneScape 3 in the near future. I think that changes in leadership, whatever, they are removing microtransactions. They are removing some of the sillier kind of cosmetics from the game and making the crazy cosmetics optional now. They are decluttering the game, trying to make it more cohesive. They've realized that they turned RuneScape into a cash shop daily scape grind with like random non-cohesive events and all this stuff just kind of covering the world that's just kind of out of place. And it's like they're finally stopping and kind of going back. And I'm excited for that, because even though RuneScape 3 is the quote-quote newest version of RuneScape, it's also the oldest. Like, my character on that has been there since, like, ye olden times. It's the same character. I don't know why I'm in the furnace. I'm supposed to go to the general store to sell stuff. Like, the OG Twin Rova is on RuneScape 3 because that is RuneScape. That's like, it's the oldest set of servers, even though it's been updated continuously over time, which is crazy. So I'm really happy that they are realizing some of their mistakes with RuneScape 3 and hopefully improving it for the better. Hopefully learning from taking their lessons learned from old school RuneScape and applying them back to RuneScape 3. Really excited for RuneScape's future in general. This just bodes well overall for its health. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that I did vote in the poll with one option. It's totally a PR thing. I 100% get they're a corporation trying to make money. They made this decision anyway, and so they're just trying to make it seem like the players had choice there. I 100% get that. Still happy that it's happening. You do have to always remember that it's a corporation building an MMO. So, but it's as far as MMOs go, I think it's really refreshing that they are going to attempt this. One of the things that they're planning is a refresh of Lumbridge, which I'm happy for. They're going to try to bring it back to a more kind of iconic old school look and feel. New players are going to start in Lumbridge again. Yeah, they're kind of going back to the roots of what makes RuneScape fun. Which is cool. Super stoked about it. Okay, let's keep grinding. Looking for... What are you doing on my land? I'm looking for something to kill. What, on my land? Leave my livestock alone, you scoundrel. Alright. I'm gonna murder a chicken right behind you, and you're not gonna do anything about it. All the meat in bones. from poor Fred's farm. Let me his love, let me his life. Oh my gosh. Oh, all the layered. How that is a very niche statement, Christoph. That is, it combines multiple niche facets of internet culture, and I'm here for it. Yeah, it is cool. It's going to be cool. Yeah, they were saying that like RuneScape 3 has, so an example of this, they're saying that RuneScape 3 has lost some of the cohesive, like, this is a fantasy world that you're an adventure in vibes by having just really ridiculous immersion breaking visuals. Like, for instance, there's a fishing outfit that makes you look like a big shark walking around, just like really silly stuff that's clearly like microtransactions. You know, cash shop cosmetics makes it an eyesore for other players that are trying to just explore a fantasy universe. They are planning to remove. They're making cosmetics overrides optional, and then trying to restore the visual cohesiveness of the overworld, the items, like your gear, all of that. I'm very excited for all the time that they are going to spend on that. Even if it's not perfect, any kind of improvement is going to be welcome in my book on that. Okay, I expect that we should be close to a level of some kind at this point. After a few rounds of chickens, it's possible that we're getting like no combat XP. I'm hoping that we hit 32 before too long. The guards were doing pretty good, but they weren't giving us cooking XP. So seems like a pretty good. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Alright, let's use our tinderbox on the logs. You failed to light a fire. What is our wood? What is our fire making level? 15. So our wood cutting and fire making are neck and neck at 15 currently. That is pretty cool. And I don't think, we've talked about this before too, I don't think it would take that long to actually hit the front page of the high scores in wood cutting and fire making. What about the folks that paid for the baby shark outfit? Yeah, I think that they're just redesigning what it looks like. Oh, that one is not a you didn't just buy the baby shark outfit. It's like you skilled in fishing for long enough and acquired these pieces that give you access to a fishing buff outfit that looks like a shark. You could microtransaction buy keys that would give... Oh, a cooking level 30 cooking. Let's freaking go. Heck to the yeah. Let's go get a chef's hat. You could get pieces, fragments, whatever. You could pay money for keys that give you a chance to get fragments that you can spend on this freaking shark outfit. And when you wear it, you just get a fishing buff, like an XP buff. Players will still have that outfit. They're just going to redesign it and make it look more cohesive. I think the specific outfits that people bought, I think that's their problem and why they're doing a cosmetic override rather than just removing all of the weird cosmetics, because if you actually paid for a specific look and feel, then you're going to be upset if they change it. So I don't think they can touch the cosmetics that they've already sold directly, but they can change things like, oh, here's what the fishing outfit looks like, or here's what the mining outfit looks like, stuff like that. You'll still have it. It'll just look different because you didn't pay for the appearance. I mean, maybe someone wanted that appearance, but yeah, at least that's my understanding of how it's going to go. It is very interesting. I'm really excited to see what they end up doing with it. Can we buy a chef's hat from here? No. Is there a chef's hat on the ground somewhere? There might be one in Lumbridge Castle. Jug pot. I don't see the chef's hat over here. Let's freaking go. 30 cooking. Feels like a big deal. And you might not need a chef's hat to get into the cooking guild in 2001Scape. I don't know, but I think you do. We can't kill the cook, right, and take their hat. It's such a RuneScape thought to have. Murder hobo thought. Which is a D&D term, if you're not familiar. I guess let's kill goblins. I'm fairly certain that they drop the chef's hat, so let's hunt for a drop. We were going to get the task completion for that on Alder's task list anyway. Get some quick kills. Wow, these really are fast kills. Get some prayer XP. It's not going to help us mechanically, but will help us on the high scores. Bones. I'll leave the goblin armor behind, unless we want to sell it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how much goblin armor is actually worth. I am not entirely sure. Man, I'm really thinking that somewhere in the game, I don't know where, that there's a chef's hat. And if you are joining, if you haven't watched before, or if it's just been a while, part of my gameplay style is that I don't use guides, which is really hard in MMOs where they kind of expect you to use a guide to figure out where things are. But I think it's kind of fun. It's funny if they didn't play. Oh, chef's hat! Let's freaking go! Okay, let's head to where I think the cooking guild is. In MMOs where they kind of like expect you to use guides, I think it's funny to explicitly not use one to see where it's just hard to play the game because they don't explain anything to you. They expect you to like go to a wiki site or something. But it's also fun to piece it together. Like quests are more fun for me without a guide. Actually trying to solve the puzzles, like the puzzles are part of the fun for me. Trying to figure out what drops what, like when you need something, where to actually get anything you need without being able to just look it up is interesting. It can be hard when a world is massive, but if you play and you pay attention and you take notes, then yeah, you can figure it all out on your own, and it feels good to do that. Wow, let's bury all these bones. Yeah, I can bury them while walking. Nice. Our pray good is 23, our pray evil is 22. Okay, so for science, I will try to get into the cooking guild with and without the hat to see. Oh, a player. Yo. Hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? Doing great. Happy escaping. De facto 2. Cool. It's fun to see someone online and playing. Let me see, what is the server, the population count right now? Two players in 2001Scape right now. There are 28 players playing RuneScape Classic, like the normal RuneScape Classic. There are more than 1,000 cyborgs on RuneScape Classic Uranium, the bot-enabled server. They're like, okay, we're not gonna invest time and energy into like detecting bots, so here's a place for y'all to all go and bot together. Just leave us out of it. Let's try to sell the goblin gear and see how much that is. 2 players. That's so funny. Me and de facto. I want to see how much this goblin armor sells for and if it's worth picking up or not. Really, anything that's 1 gold is really not worth it for us because of how much money we need to make to do anything, but just for fun. Oh, 16. That's not bad. That's not bad. Just for efficiency's sake. Okay. Let's head to the cooking guild. where I think it is. I want to say it's either this building or like really, maybe that building over there actually. This, I think, is Juliet's house. Yes. From the Romeo and Juliet quest. Yeah, we can't actually get to the cooking guild this way. We have to go around. There's another mill. Can we actually grind flour over here? Like, is the lumberage mill not the only place where we can make flour for bread? That's pretty interesting. I also could be wrong about the level. I have no idea. Again, I can't look it up in a guide. I'm just basing this off of memory and what I think about future versions of the game, because this is my first time playing 2001Scape on this account. So we do have sales here. The windmills sale. So it's possible. But let's see what happens. I don't know if I have the right level. Sorry, only the finest chefs are allowed in here. You need a cooking level of 32 to enter. Okay, so it explicitly tells you that you need a cooking level of 32. We do not have 32, we have 30. So we're gonna go off and grind some more cooking. Okay, cool. That's really good to know. Very good to know. 32. It's a funny number for it. But maybe it's funny because you could trade with other players for apples if once again, if I'm correct, that level 30 is the level where you would be able to cook an apple pie. Then you would be able to trade other players that have access to the cooking guild to get an apple and make apple pie at 30, but you could not enter the cooking guild to buy apples on your own yet until 32. Which is just funny. It's just funny. But that is cool. We are 2 levels away from entering the cooking guild. So cool seeing someone on and grinding. Looks like they've got some iron or steel gear on, moving up in the world. Made it past the Bronze Age, which is pretty nice. We don't need this chef's hat anymore. At least not for 2 more cooking levels, which is going to take... It's going to take killing some chickens. We're going to have to kill a chicken or 2. Get our hands dirty to make that happen. We can kill chickens over here, just to mix it up, right? Give Fred a break. Go ahead and drop the chef's hat. Take the bones, take the raw meat, and let's get back to the cooking grind. Cooking and combat XP. We want 32 attack. And I'm hoping that it doesn't take more than, like, let's say an hour to get an attack level. Which is such a crazy sentence to say, actually. That you don't want it to take more than an hour to gain a level, because oh my gosh, like, other role-playing games, the whole game is 40 hours, and we're like, wow, that's a long game. Like, some games are much longer, like, what? I don't know. You can spend 80 hours to 100 hours in Skyrim, depending on what you do. You can spend 100 to 200 hours in... Oh? Attack 1, 2, 3. Is Scold? Who did you attack? Who did you find that you can attack? At combat level 3. Did attack 1, 2, 3 just die? No, they would be coming from the other direction. You would respawn in Lumbridge, right? So that is hilarious, just seeing a Scold player walk by. It's been a long time since I've seen a Scold player on this server. That was kind of a fun sight to catch. Okay. And thank you to everyone hanging out with me right now while we scape and chill in 2001Scape. Hopefully you are grinding your own MMO right now, or if you're not, if you're at work or something and you're not somehow playing and working at the same time, hopefully you're living vicariously through Theoin here on the XP grind. If you are playing another game right now, I'd love to hear what you're playing while you're watching. If it's live in the chat, if it's after the fact with the VOD in the comments. It's my day off today. I'm sick and half asleep in my chair. I'm so sorry that you're sick, Dakota. Hope you start feeling better. I'm going to take that as either living vicariously, or maybe you've got a game going while you're sick. I don't know if you've talked about it yet, but how's your MMO going? Oh, hi, Rye Guy. Welcome back. Wow. So happy to see you in the chat. My MMO is going great. Shameless plug, since Rye Guy brought it up. I'm building a RuneScape Classic-inspired MMO. I was considering releasing... So, okay, there's a text-based prototype up right now at sturgehunters.com. You can go play the text-based game. Really, the point of that server was to prove that I could support the massively multiplayer, and yeah, that server was load tested with 500 players, and it worked, which was cool. Not real players, but bots. There were dozens of real players that tried it out, which was very cool. But now I have a graphical version that I've been working on. Isometric 2D. It's pseudo 3D. It looks like a 3D world with isometric 2D art that I was considering releasing today. It's ready. So basically it's just like a grid and you can walk around on it with the character. There's no animation. It's just like a straight up sprite. You click on the screen and your character moves there. And instead of releasing it today, the movement is a little janky. Like if you spam click all over the screen to move around, the interpolation on the client side's not quite working. So I've been working on that. I guess if it's going to take me more than a day or two, I'm just going to push up the functioning version with the janky movement for people to get to start messing around with. So basically in the next, I'm going to say 2 to 3 days, I should have the first graphical version up, which I'm super excited for, even though it's just moving around, quote, quote, and the movement's not 100% smooth. It is an MMO engine that can support 500 players comfortably. It can actually go higher than that and it'll start lagging. With almost no... very little optimization. I've got a lot of room to optimize to fit more players on a server, so I'm super stoked about it. One of the hardest parts of an MMO is the multiplayer networking, and yeah, I've got that functioning and it can scale. Even though one server, I keep going into the furnace. I'm just so used to mining and smithing that I just keep going into the forge. Yeah, the hardest part is the multiplayer. So I'm stoked that I have a server that can comfortably play 500 people. Now I can build a game on top of it, which I've done. I've built little RPGs inspired by RuneScape several times on my own and without publishing anything, just playing around with what's possible. So I'm very excited. Very excited for the future of it. Oh, and I guess my point is, because I'm running it on Kubernetes, you don't have to know what that is, but it's basically a way to scale servers. If I can fit 500 people, I can scale up to 3 servers and fit 1,500 people. And I can, if I were to build a game on top of this that people enjoyed playing at all, then I could scale it up to support however many people however many simultaneous people that want to play, basically. And I've hyper optimized the server cost, so the server actually is very, very low cost and affordable. So yeah, I'm excited. Movement coming soon, and as soon as that is out, my next 2 goals are sturge hunting combat, like in the text-based prototype. You can fight and kill sturges. That is coming soon. And then smooth movement. I really want you to be able to move smoothly around, find and kill sturges as a starting point. Literally just like the foundation for a game. Yeah. An attack level, let's freaking go. We hit 32, and it took around an hour to do so. So, a little less than an hour. So that's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for asking, Rye Guy. That was a whole big ramble, but I will have a graphical 2D game, very loosely called a game, a walking simulator where you can just spawn in and walk around with other people, with lots of other people, in the next few days at sturgehunters.com. And then my plan is to, every time I make a small improvement, push it, like not wait and refine. Instead of waiting until something is completely polished, I'm just like I want to every week, or even like if it takes 2 days to make an improvement, I want to just push it and let people try it. And if things break or whatever, fix it, push the change. And people following along that want to play, they will be able to always experience like the latest version of it. Yeah, I guess my philosophy is, instead of trying to build a whole nice polished game and then release it all at once, instead it's always having the current functioning version up, even if it's in an incomplete state. So yeah, yes, and I will 100% make a video about it. I've been grinding. I've spent dozens and dozens of hours the last like more than a month trying to get to this point. So yeah, like if it crashes, it'll restart itself. I can, if everything goes down, I can literally run one command and get the entire infrastructure up. Like, I run a command, it provisions a cloud computer, it installs Kubernetes and all my dependencies on it, and it deploys all the different programs that I wrote to make the game function, sets up all the networking, and it just functions with one command, which is so sick. To me, I'm a nerd, so I think that's very cool. It's going to make it easy, because now if I break something, I can just roll back to the last version of the game and quickly get it back up. So for one person building something, it's just going to make it really easy to build something new, push it out, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, roll back, and the game keeps going, which is pretty cool. Dakota says, just a cold, but that's how retail goes this time of year. Oh, you're working in retail? Yikes. I have so much mad respect. I used to work in food service, so I partially feel your pain. That is, brutal at this time of year, and I can totally see how that would get you sick. Ragai says, awesome, didn't know the graphical version was that close. That's exciting. Thank you so much. Thanks for asking. It's kind of you. Ragai says, I'm working on an online game myself, though it's more like a social game than an MMO. Think Club Penguin. Oh my gosh, I loved Club Penguin. It's super cool to hear you talk about yours, though. I enjoy the update progress videos. Thank you so much. That is very kind. I would love to know about your game. Do you care to do you have anything about it that we can look at? I would totally test a Club Penguin style game in progress. It would be so much fun. When I was in like 6th grade, we all had a computer lab class, and we grinded. We hung out in Club Penguin and RuneScape were like 2 of our biggest games. So that's really funny. That's like the social piece of it. People that weren't there don't realize that RuneScape was only partially a game. It was also just like a social, hey, a fire making level, let's freaking go. It was also just like a social thing. Like, it was basically a glorified chat room with an RPG like slapped on top of it, is how it felt in the early days. Which is why it's probably weird for people that like didn't play at that time to understand, but would love to hear about your game, Ryguy, and give it a shot. My thought for Sturge Hunters is like, what if games, instead of becoming hyper realistic and like trying to make like the latest greatest action combat, MMOs anyway, what if you kept developing with this like tick-based kind of engine? What kind of interesting things can you do with the tick-based gameplay? And I have some ideas. I've got some really different things to try. I don't know why I'm making 2 fires. I don't know why I did that. That I'm excited to explore. Yeah, for sure. I'll let you know when I have something up for testing. Perfect. Definitely. Hopefully you've got me on Discord. Because I really, really would love to give it a try. So fun. I'm very happy to hear that. I love passion gaming projects. Seriously, Hamilton says nice. Thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, it's been a fun time trying to get to a playable graphical demo, because from that point it's just like making lots of little tweaks. Like, instead of launching the whole platform, which is like a big deal, it'll be okay, now the camera's improved, now the graphics have improved, now there's a new texture, there's a new enemy, there's a new AI. Like each piece of it can be just like one little thing to release, and I can do that every single week. Like, I can build something, test it, and push it out fast, instead of it working for weeks and releasing something all at once, which is a sketchier process. 32 attack. We are moving up in the world, making some good progress. So cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Ryguy. I'm stoked. We could totally go do the mill soon to keep the Alder tasks moving along. These chickens are just dying so fast. I'm thinking that we're getting so little combat XP from them, but we did get an attack level and we've got a cooking level, so it is working. We're just kind of distributing our time and XP over 2 skills instead of focusing them hardcore into one. And it is going so fast. We're killing. It's like back to back to back, one hit KOs on Le Chickens. 32 attack, 36 defense, and 40 strength. It would be sick to get all of our stats to 40. I feel like that is probably going to be a good point for testing out combat against the giants again. Not saying we're going to wait that long, but it feels like that would be a good baseline to aim at. To aim for. Now only 2 levels away. I thought I was 1 level away from the cooking guild, but only 2 levels away. Doesn't seem like it'll be that bad. Doesn't seem like it will take too terribly long to accomplish. And it's nice just changing the scenery. Anytime you're doing something for like literally hours in an MMO, it's always fun to just to mix things up. Killing guards and then killing chickens instead of killing giants, because of how slow that loop was going, is nice. And when we come back to it with better stats, we should suddenly, let's juggle this, take the bones, bury them, take the meat. We should kill them faster and have a better time of it. Maybe we won't need the absolute best of the best food, but we probably will. Probably still will want to have a series of pies available. Another woodcutting level. Let's freaking go. Okay, and then, yeah, 16 woodcutting and 16 fire making. That's 2 more levels there. Have to check where we're at again on the high scores. I know we looked earlier in the episode. Let's see, I'll pull up rsc.vet is where to go if you want to download the client and play this download the client and play this version of RuneScape. Let's go to the 2001Scape high scores, and I want to say I'm on page like 4 or something. Twinrova is rank 77. Theoin, I think, is Theoin ahead of or behind Twinrova? Twinrova is my main account that is not an Ironman, and Theoin is my recording, streaming account. Theoin is ahead. I've played more on YouTube, on streaming, than off. That's funny. Rank 58 on the high scores with a total level of 422. We are 2 levels behind the Wombler. The Wombler is ahead of us. That is funny. Level 50, Conquer and Cabbage, both are at level 476 total level. And they are rank 50 and 49, so the next big milestone I think would be top 50 accounts on the server. Be pretty baller. That is pretty happy. Top 100 already just feels awesome, but top 50 would be great. It's obviously taken tens and tens of hours to make this happen. We should be well over the 100-hour mark on this account, so that's a lot. It's funny because our levels are not that high, but we have accomplished most of what there is to accomplish in the game on this server. So it tells you about invest 100 hours, get to the top of your game in 2001Scape. Not so bad. People invest more than 1,000 hours into RuneScape 3, for instance. We're old school RuneScape to get to do everything. Like a completionist cape takes forever in RuneScape 3. And all of our meat is cooked. Let's go sell it off. So if we're at 422 and Cabbage and Conquer are at 476, 426 would be 50 away. So we're 54 levels away from being in the top 50, which is going to take a while, but it's not so bad. We've gained multiple levels just in the last hour or so. Woodcutting, fire making, cooking, and attack. We're probably going to get Pray Good or Pray Evil soon, so the levels just kind of stack up on top of each other. When you're here, I am once again just mindlessly walking into the furnace. This is how broken the mining, smithing grind makes your brain. Just my neurons just firing in my brain to force me to click inside the furnace to smelt my ore. Kills me dead. Alright, sell all of our meat. And let's go to these chickens next. Let's keep mixing it up. Just for fun. Do you prefer 2001 to RSC is that perfect or preservation? I don't know that I have a preference. I think they're both awesome. I think preservation is all around the better game. I think it's 50 quests, and the skills, all of the content feels like a finished game. This feels like a game that was in construction, under construction, which it was. That is exactly what this is. It's a game under construction. So I actually, I would say that I would prefer, I think the preservation server is my favorite. Playing that in an Ultimate Ironman style would be a blast. I've been trying to just continuously come back to 2001 because I'm so far along. I would like to achieve my goals on this account and then, tie a bow on it and move forward to the next server, whether that is the preservation server or maybe RSC Perfect, whatever is the case. I have bounced around a lot from server to server, and I've started recording MMO series for different games, and with ADHD, jumping around from game to game doesn't do well with recording a series. It's hard to keep people invested if it's not a long-term thing. I know that it's hard to see a series start, go for 2 episodes, and then to change, right? So I've been trying to continuously come back to 2001 because it's very, very fun. I really love it. It's unique and interesting. It's like a version of RuneScape that not many people have spent time on, and it's my longest running RuneScape series, right? I think I have 50 episodes of preservation, and this is quote only 40 episodes of 2001Scape, if I am right about that. But my episodes here are much longer, so I've got more hours in the game on this side. So yeah, I don't know. They're both really fun. Preservation is a more all around kind of a game. It feels like a complete experience, while this feels like it's just partially a game. I feel that for sure. My storage hard drive is full of half-finished series. Yeah, that is exactly what mine is like. I have so many. So what I've actually started doing with this series, I just record a few hours and upload it, and I'm trying not to start another MMO series until I finish this one. But with other games, to prevent the getting people excited and then not finishing what I've started doing is recording the entire game and only then uploading videos. So for instance, if you look at my recent videos, what do I have? I've got, if I go to, let me mute this so that it's not spamming my YouTube audio in the background. But if I go to my channel, my latest videos have been some complete video games. I played Beneath Apple Manor, is an old RPG. I beat it in 10 and a half hours, and instead of recording 10 different 1 hour episodes or 5 different 1 hour episodes, I actually recorded the whole game straight through. I probably could have recorded it in episodes and then released them, as episodes on different days and then combined it all together, but I released the complete journey, the whole game, Beneath Apple Manor, all in one video. So you can watch that video, and it's a whole role-playing game from start to end. And I did not record it all in one day. It took me multiple days to do it, and I ADHD bounced away from the game and then bounced back to it. But by doing that, I was able to not publish the series or the video until I was done, so that I didn't leave anyone hanging, start a series and then not finish it. So yeah, the struggles of content creation with an ADHD brain. The struggles are real. Hunt the Wumpus, I recorded and released. That was only 2 hours, so that was not a big deal. But I have others. I have World of Warcraft videos that I've recorded and not released because of how freaking long it takes to do anything with World of Warcraft. So wanted to accomplish some big goal before ever uploading videos about that. Yeah, basically just trying to finish what I start, or if I do start something new, not disallowing myself to do something new, but not publishing it. So yeah, you totally feel it if you've got the hard drive full of half-finished series. It is a thing that happens. And that's just what I've learned, is that it's better to have it on your hard drive and be able to pick it up when you feel like it than to release 3 videos and then totally change what you're doing, and the people that were excited are like, what? Where's the content? What's happening? Where did you go? Yeah, recently I haven't been recording mostly, or I've been recording less because I've been focused on getting the MMO, the foundation of a new MMO launched. And I'm so stoked for that. Today I just wanted to break, wanted just to play games and record, so here we are. Here we are doing that. I feel like it's not very efficient to just have to cut a tree and do all of that for just 2 pieces of meat, so I'll go and sell all the cooked meat that I have going on right now. Thanks to everyone for hanging out while I grind. Makes it fun. Makes it more fun having people to chat with. Yeah, I'm a sucker for an MMO, and I'll try a bunch of different ones. I've played lots of MMOs. I feel like people that do. I guess I love those long plays of very old RPGs I had never heard of. It was very interesting and fun to see you explore in figuring them out. Oh, thank you very much, Ether. I really appreciate that. It is such a blast playing a game and not like using the guides, like just trying to puzzle it out and figure it out is a ton of fun. Thanks for watching. I know those aren't as popular as my RuneScape videos, but they're just a fun time. Again, this is a hobby, right? Like making these videos, it's just for fun. So I am glad if anyone watches and enjoys. And for me, it's almost kind of cool to like capture old gameplay, like maybe for history, like, oh, like so many people record gameplay and then edit it, which is great. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but so many people cut just like the highlights and they don't upload like uncut gameplay footage. And so I think it's kind of cool to have completely unedited or just literally just videos recorded and stitched together of old games, so you can watch and see not just the highlights of how a game played, but like you can literally watch the entire game's gameplay from start to finish. I don't know. It's kind of fun for archiving gaming history. In my mind, that is a part of what makes it fun to do that. Yeah, I've been playing some of the oldest games. Like Calibeth World of Doom is from the 80s. Beneath Apple Manor, was that 70s? Let's see. Remind myself. That. Wow, I didn't write it down. We'll just Google it. Beneath Apple Manor. And see what year that released. 1978 is when that released. And it's basically, it's a computer role-playing game. And it's a roguelike. So you have one life and you're trying to like delve and find the golden apple. And that's how you win the game. And if you die, you have to completely restart. But it's funny because that is the genre. Rogue is a game like that, and so this is called a rogue-like. But Beneath Apple Manor actually released 2 years before Rogue, so you can jokingly call Rogue a Beneath Apple Manor-like, because Beneath Apple Manor came first. And what I thought was funny is I actually, because Beneath Apple Manor doesn't seem to be a very popular game. It's not as remembered as Rogue. I actually reached out to the author, the person who wrote Beneath Apple Manor, and it was one guy that did it, that built it, and his wife responded that he had passed, but that he would have loved to see people playing it, and said that she like shared it with some of her family members, which I thought was really, really cool. That, I don't know, the developer's wife responded to me about the game. I don't know. I thought that was fun. It was really cool. I seem to have a very similar mindset. I was telling my girlfriend that I view my channel as more of an archive of playthroughs of old games more than most other things, meaning more than like a way to make money or a potential job. Yes, exactly. That is we are definitely on the same wavelength there. Yeah, because unless you are on top of like the popular trends of gaming, and like it honestly is a job. Like the people that make serious money from YouTube, they have to treat it like a job. They have to get everything right. There's always a chance of failure. You put a bunch of time and energy into something, and it's only a chance to make money. And there's just a lot of things that they have to do to make it like a serious career, and still might not get paid what they want. And then there's the problem of like you peak and then you like plateau and fall off. A cooking level 31, let's freaking go. So whatever the case, mad respect to the people that make a living off of YouTube. I am totally in that same mindset. I'm doing this for fun. If you can make a little money off of it in the process, then that is great. Nice little small side income with the ad revenue. Nothing substantial, but it exists, right? It rewards you for your time, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's for fun. It's to archive gaming history, and I don't know, for my ADHD brain, it's a way to motivate myself to finish a game before starting the next one. With ADHD, everything is shiny and new, so you get a few hours into a game and you want to try the new one instead of finishing the game that you started. So recording is a motivator to actually complete a game also, which I've finished a bunch of games, but I usually have to circle back to them 2 or 3 times to get over the hump and actually finish. And I always feel accomplished. I always feel so good when you actually do successfully finish some big epic let's play, some big journey. Role-playing games are so cool. Like, they take a bunch of time and they're all similar, but they're all so different. And the payoff is just so massive in a role-playing game. You're always so excited at the beginning of a new game for the journey, and then you get into the grind and things get hard and you have to figure out how to overcome obstacles, and a lot of people will quit, myself included, bouncing to something else than having to bounce back. But then when you come back and you persevere and you make it through, it just feels so happy. They really are something special, a special kind of art form. And it's crazy how hard it is to make. Like, compared to other video games, role-playing games are hard. And massively multiplayer role-playing games are very hard. Like, it's always exciting when a new well-executed role-playing game comes out. Even like half-baked ones that come out and they've got problems, I'm usually pretty easygoing about new RPGs not being like, the best end-all be-all game ever, because of how freaking hard they are to plan, execute. Mad respect for all the companies trying to make role-playing games. Old ones are fun too. That's the crazy thing. The thing that I've noticed in a part of the fun of recording old games is that just because a game is old doesn't mean it's not fun anymore. Like, the thing that's hard to get past is the interface. That's always the problem. If you can learn how to play a game, like learn a new interface, then all of these old games are so much fun. They didn't stop being fun because graphics got better and interfaces became more user-friendly, right? User-friendly interface just means that your first 5 to 10 hours are going to be easier. But if you invest the time to getting good, if you invest the time into understanding the interface of an older RPG, it's still an RPG. It's still fun. It's still a good time. I'm probably preaching to the choir since this is people watching 2001Scape. Yeah, designing RPGs sounds crazy. I would get stuck at all the math formulas and how they interact. Yeah. That is one of the biggest problems. my philosophy is to start with the experience that you're after and to work backwards to numbers that support that. Like, what kind of feeling do you want someone to have when they're playing a game? And that being like a guide for how to set the numbers. Which even then, like, getting like finicky, doing all the fine tuning for numbers is a whole beast of a process. And I think that a part of why with my game I want to just release it immediately and like build it in public and iterate as I go. Part of the reason is because it's really hard to anticipate in advance like what your numbers need to be. So why guess when you can like battle test it, put it in the public, let people play it, and, you know, see what works, see what doesn't, and then adjust based on like feedback from real people trying your game out. Super, super valuable to get that feedback, and the earlier the better, honestly, to help you from going down a wrong path for too long. So we got 31 cooking. So that's another cooking level in this episode, which is very nice. Very nice indeed. One level away from reaching the cooking guild. Let's go sell this meat. We are making money. It's very little. It's very little money, but we are making it. Can I help you at all? Yes, please. What are you selling? I'm actually going to sell you even more meat, even though every time I come back, you seem to have already spawned all of the meat out of existence. I guess it doesn't last long. I'm trying to remember, isn't there a video of someone selling a party hat to the general store in Varrock and watching it like poof out of existence, like despawn? I seem to remember that. Okay, let's change gears for just a second. Pull up the task list. Embrace the grind. Mill some grain into flour. Okay, so we don't even have to make the dough out of it. We just have to mill grain into flour. So let's go ahead and do that. Knock that task out. With Alder's achievements. Following in the footsteps of our ancestors, our RuneScape ancestors, to put the grain in the hopper. Yeah, Aether, I agree. It's when I go to like Twitch to watch someone streaming, I don't just inherently dislike the most popular people. It's not like, oh, I don't have a pot. We still did it. We grinded it into the flour, but I don't have a pot to pick it up. I guess we don't need a pot. We did it. We grinded the mill into flour. We'll just let the flour despawn. I don't just inherently dislike popular streamers just because they're popular, but, you know, like, a lot of times, like, they're optimizing for viewership, and that is sometimes counterintuitively, that sometimes does not make the stream the most fun. I usually like to find someone in the middle of the road that has a few people watching, and that is just kind of like chilling. Like, we're just playing a game, we're chatting, we're not, you know, we're not freaking out at every little thing just because of it. We're not like doing the drops or whatever, like just trying to, I don't know. Yeah, we're playing for fun. We're having a good time. We're all adults. We're just making the most of the time off that we have. It just says the passion shines through much more when it's just purely for the love of it. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so I will Mark off. Mill some grain into flour. Next, cook's assistant. Help the cook gather ingredients for a cake. We actually have already completed the cook's assistant, so I will check that one off. Next up, take your pick. Buy a pick or axe from Bob. I love that reference to Bob's dialogue. I think first we're going to watch this flower despawn. Why? Who knows? If I'm not going to pick it up, I just feel like maybe it'll be respectful to be with... Oh, there it goes. To be with the flower in its final moments. Okay. Goodbye, flower. I already forgot. What was that? What was that task? That was buy a pick. Buy a pickaxe from Bob. Take your pick or axe. Let's go spend some of this gold that we have accumulated from cooking chicken. Basically becoming Chick-fil-A over here. Go use that to buy a pick for our tasks. Alder achievements. And some of these are going to be hard. Like, you just wait until we get down the page. Some of these tasks are going to be crazy. If we finish all of these challenges, it's going to be nuts. Let's talk to Bob. Hello, how can I help you? Give me a quest. Get your own. Have you anything to sell? I buy and sell axes. Take your pick or axe. Alright, we're going to buy a pickaxe for 1 gold piece. Wow. And we've got a pickaxe. What's our mining level? Mining level is... Why can't I see? 45. Hey, that's pretty baller. Got a pretty good mining level. Happy with that. Let's go back to our tasks. We bought a pick or axe from Bob. We did it. Sheep shearer. Shear some sheep for Farmer Fred. We did complete the sheep shearer quest already, so I will check that one off. Finders keepers. Pick up the iron dagger from the goblin hut, then sell it to the general store. Love that. I definitely do that in a pinch for some quick money already. So we'll go ahead and knock that out. So far, I think Alder did a good job with building the achievements. Again, this is not like built into 2001Scape. This is a big fan of the game with an awesome account. Probably the front page. Let me see if Alder's on the front page of the high scores, actually. If I go to rc.vet and I go to the high scores, not for preservation, but for 2001. Alder is in fact rank 13. Very, very Taylor Swift of Alder to be spot 13. But yeah, Alder just took the time to create this achievement list, and I think that is such a cool thing for him to do, so I want to go through and give his achievement list, give his task list a go. We're going to pick up an iron dagger, we're going to go sell it at the general store, and just see where it takes us. Hopefully it takes us to interesting, new and interesting areas. Like discovering the guide earlier, like literally, I've walked past that guide so many times and never stopped to have a conversation, had no idea the deep dialogue tree that was baked into that NPC. Never knew it. Just never... always think, oh, I'm experienced, I guess, if I see the guide, and just immediately forget they exist, because why do I need a guide? Because I've been playing RuneScape forever. But it was fun. A fun thing to discover. Why did I come over here? Because I picked up the dagger, I'm going to sell it to the general store. Boom, task complete. Let's sell the pickaxe for nothing also, because we don't need that right now. Okay, let's go back over to the task list. Check that off. We are knocking out these lumberge tasks. 3 brothers, you say? Ask the priests about the gods. Interesting. Is he going to say that the gods are brothers? That is interesting. I also love that Alder came up with the names for the tasks, like achievements on like Steam or Xbox achievements or whatever. Like all the achievement names are always fun or funny. I appreciate Alder putting thought into what each task should be named. Let's talk to the priest. Let's examine the priest. A priest of Saradomin. Welcome to the Church of Holy Saradomin. Who's Saradomin? Surely you have heard of the god Saradomin, he who creates the forces of goodness and purity in this world. I cannot believe your ignorance. This is the god with more followers than any other, at least in these parts. He who, along with his brothers, Guthix and Zamorak, created this world. Oh, that Saradomin. There is only one Saradomin. That is so funny. That is such funny dialogue. But very interesting that this says the priest in this game is calling Saradomin, Zamorak, and Guthix brothers. Because that's most certainly not the case in RuneScape 3. Guthix was a Naragi that became a god, and I won't spoil how that happened. Zamorak also was not originally a god. Saradomin might have always been a god, I can't remember, but whatever the case, they have such very different backstories or even different races, so it's not possible for them to be brothers in RuneScape 3. But in 2001Scape, they are apparently brothers, or at least we can assume that this priest's knowledge of the situation is that the priest believes they are brothers at this point, has not learned otherwise, which would make sense if the edicts of Guthix have prevented gods from coming to the world, and so they can't directly interact, they can't speak except through their followers. Then it kind of makes sense that he wouldn't know what's up. So maybe this isn't canon in 2001 that they're brothers. Maybe it's just the priest not knowing the truth of the situation. Whatever the case. Oh, look at this cool RuneScape sword stained glass. That is sick. Wow, I really like that. That would be a cool, like, poster in a room. Like, if you wanted, like, a subtle way, like a... I don't know why. Sometimes it's fun to have references to things that are not... It doesn't just say, like, RuneScape on it, for instance. It's just, like, you know what it's from and someone else might not know. I don't know. That kind of stuff's kind of fun. This would be a cool poster to have, like, hanging in a room to make it look like you're looking out of a window, like a fake window with this on it. That'd be pretty sick. Pretty sick, honestly. I've seen these a million times, but I never, or at least I forgot that it's this sword. Why does the church have a sword as all of it's stained glass? Saradomin that warlike? Wow, that's pretty bothering, honestly. Whatever the case, we can now check off the task. 3 brothers, you say, and we only have 3 more tasks left in the Lumbridge set. The Restless Ghost, help the priest get rid of a ghost. We actually have already done that. Let me see, is there any dialogue that we can get from the priest post-quest? And in fact, this blue cape that I'm wearing, this is a quest cape. It's not called that. It's just called cape. A thick blue cape. But you can only buy this from the Champions Guild. And the Champions Guild requires you to have so many influence. Is that what it's called here? Influence, yeah, which is like quest points. And in fact, you don't actually have to finish every quest to get into the Champions Guild, because the amount of influence points that you receive from a quest varies, and some of them are worth 0. So you can skip the 0-point quests and still get into the Champions Guild. The Champions Guild is the only place that you can buy the blue cape. So if someone has a blue cape, they have at least completed enough quests to earn enough influence points to get into the Champions Guild and buy the blue cape. I have, however, completed all of the quests in 2001Scape, and so to me this is effectively a quest cape, which is epic. I love it. Love the blue. Welcome to the Church of Holy Saradomin. I'm looking for a quest. Sorry, I only had the one quest. Yeah, that's it. Okay. let's check off that task. We're almost done with the Lumbridge tasks. Eviction. Attempt to repossess Father Ernie's house. Oh, that is funny. All right, let's go try to repo. This is so fun. I actually am loving this gameplay. Great to see you streaming, Twinrova. My friend and I are having a blast on our own RSC preservation server. You added 5x XP. We both just finished Legends and are preparing for the kind. You just finished Legends quest and are preparing for the kind. What is... I might be misunderstanding what kind is, if you would care to remind me. But that is so epic. Congrats on finishing Legends quest. That is quest 50, right? So you are basically... You basically got your quest cape in preservation, right? Is it a blue cape also in preservation, the quest cape? It's called something else, right? The cape of something, I think. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, Legends quest I think was quest number 50. That should be the last quest released in the preservation server. Kudos to you, Relaxed Elephant, for actually setting up a server. That means that you cloned the repo and actually went through the work of getting not just your server up locally but online so your friend can play. That is absolutely sick. I applaud you for doing that. I set up a local preservation server before to play on and test out. KBD, and yes, it's quest 50. We added runecrafting though, so I haven't finished Temple of Ikov, and the Cape of Legends is white. Thank you for that information. That is really, really cool. You added runecrafting. That is epic. And you're getting ready for the KBD. Oh, that is legendary. Yeah, there's another reason why the preservation server is such a good server. It actually has like a legitimate in-game boss. Like in 2001Scape, the Ice Giant is a really cool and fun kind of in-game combat challenge, but it's not like a boss, right? It's not like Delrith, you know, the demon. Preservation actually has a final dragon to slay as your PVM goal, which I think is so sick. The King Black Dragon is so cool. Elephant, I am wishing you and your friend the very best of luck fighting the KBD. Definitely one of you bring runes, right, so that you can be maging while the other is locked in melee. Or arrows, whatever your approach. Okay, let's talk to Ernie. Can I shut Ernie out of his house? Can I shut the door? Closed door frame. Yeah, I can. Okay, just as a prank to be mean, let's shut the door on Father Ernie. Go away, I'm meditating. I've come to repossess your house. Under what grounds? Repeated failure on mortgage payments. I don't have a mortgage. I built this house myself. Sorry, I must have got the wrong address. All the houses look the same around here. I'm surprised he doesn't go, I'm the only one with a house out here. That's so funny. Well, we attempted to repossess Father Ernie's house, who is a part of the Restless Ghost quest. Check off the eviction task, and we only have one task left in the Lumbridge task list. Infrequent flyer. Get a flyer from speaking to a man. Interesting. What flyer will a man give me? I don't remember what that is. It's cool that the Cape of Legends is white. That is like a pure color, right? So at least it implies purity. So it's almost like Arthurian. It feels like Arthurian. I don't know how to... Well, I don't remember the right way to pronounce that word. But like classic old fantasy, which is what very much the vibe that RuneScape Classic gives. That kind of fantasy with tongue-in-cheek humor mixed in at the same time. Very cool. Okay, Let's go talk to a man in town and see what happens. Infrequent flyer. Regular black dragons are almost bosses on RuneScape Classic. Killed 150 of them and got dragon legs and dragon medium. Dragon 2 Hange and D-Chain are in the game as well. Since it's RSC Cabbage, we agreed they would be a KBD exclusive drop. Oh, very, very cool. Good job. That's epic. So you've just about got the best gear in your server, which is one of the freaking cool things about this project, is that you can set up your own server with your own rules, and it's just so cool. The private server MMO community is just sick. The way that they make these tools so that you can set up your own custom world. So sick. The Open RSC team is epic. I'm so glad that you're making use of that elephant. That's so cool. Do y'all make videos at all? Could be cool to watch you killing the KBD on your server and explaining, you know, a bit about it. Would be fun. Hello. How's it going? Very well, thank you. Okay. No flyer. Hello. How's it going? Not too bad. Open team are fantastic. I think 2004Scape will do open source servers too. Yeah, that would be sick. 2004Scape is very cool. We're getting different responses back each time. Who are you? I'm a bold adventurer. A very noble profession. That's so funny. I didn't realize that there's all this different dialogue. Maybe infrequent flyer is a hint. I wish I recorded doing some of the quests, but I will upload KBD kills in a few months. Epic. Is Relaxed Elephant, is that your YouTube channel? Because I will totally go. How's it going? No, I don't have any spare change. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Would love to watch your KBD videos. That would be sick. How's it going? None of your business. This is so gold. Why did I not know that there were this many dialogues? How can I help you? What? I'm in search of a quest. Wow. I'm sorry I can't help you there. Dang. I wonder if one of the dialogues were going to give me a flyer. It is, but I'm busy with grad school, so I don't expect those until around March. I have nothing I wish to get rid of. If you want to do some trading, there are plenty of shops and market stalls around, though. Yeah, Elephant, been there, done that. I finished my grad school this past May, and I'm very excited to have that chunk of time back in my week every week, although it was an amazing experience and I learned a lot. Wishing you the best of luck. Hope it's going well. Yo, what's up? What? What is that response? Oh, this is killing me. Definitely wishing you the very, very best of luck in grad school. I feel the pain. Do I know you? No, I was just wondering if you had anything interesting to say. This is so many kinds of dialogue. I think we need a new king. The one we've got isn't very good. Oh my gosh. How can I help you? I'm in search of enemies to kill. I've heard there are many fearsome creatures under the ground. It does feel incredible once you graduate. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Master of Science in Computer Science, and studied a lot of the machine learning and distributed system stuff that I am applying to Sturge Hunters. Which is awesome. Am I supposed to talk to this guy until I get a flyer? Like, is that what's supposed to happen? Get a flyer from speaking to a man. None of your business. Get out of my way. I'm in a hurry. I did not think that today I would be sitting here. I'm a little worried about the increase in goblin these days. Don't worry, I'll kill them. Did not think I'd be sitting here just speaking to a man over and over. This is so funny. Don't have any spare change. That is a really funny response. I could be wrong. This could not be the the way to do this. No, not kill, talk. Speak, not kill. I love being able to find like weird. The man ignores you? Are you serious? I like finding weird dialogue in RuneScape Classic. Like if you go to the bar, have this flyer, it happened, oh, let's freaking go. We got a flyer. We finished the task. Why do I still want to keep talking to him? In the Blue Moon Inn, you can get the bartender to talk about a computer game. To talk about the fact that you're in a computer game. Do you wish to trade? No, I have nothing I wish to get rid of. If you want to do some trading, there are plenty of shops and market stalls around, though. Okay. Can we read the flyer? Use the flyer? No. Let's examine the flyer. Get your axes from Bob's Axes. That's funny. Okay, cool, sweet. Well, that is all of the... Hopefully that's showing for you right now. Let me double check. Yeah. If I minimize it, then the screen goes blank. That is all of the Lumbridge tasks. Wow. Let's go. This is cool. I feel so accomplished. Okay. Let's go on to the Al-Kharid tasks. Local cuisine. Try a kebab from the kebab shop. Let's do it. Why do I keep minimizing that? Sorry about that. Yeah, they kept the fourth wall bartender at the end, even on RuneScape 2, old school RuneScape. Yes, and even in RuneScape 3, you can still break the fourth wall with the bartender. Just super cool. Yeah, I love that dialogue. That used to be my banner on YouTube, was the bartender in RuneScape Classic going... Oh no, my character in RuneScape Classic going, computer game? To the bartender. Yeah, that was the thing. Wait a second. Yeah, this is Classic, so we can't walk around, I forget. Or we can't go through the gate. It's not RuneScape 2. We've got to walk around to go to Al-Kharid. Awesome. I've played RuneScape 3 but never talked to that NPC on there. Yeah. I actually discovered it in Classic, and then I tested it out on Old School and RuneScape 3 and found that you can get the same dialogue in both. Which is funny. If you get too deep into the rabbit hole of RuneScape and you're playing on too many RuneScape servers, then you'll find yourself discovering something on one server and thinking to yourself, oh, why don't I go try this out on all the other servers and see which ones have it and which ones don't for no apparent reason. Like, why do I need to know exactly which servers do and don't have some esoteric dialogue? But it's fun. It's just fun. We're all just hopelessly hooked on RuneScape. Good job, Gowers Brothers, getting us into it. Speaking of Gowers Brothers, my servers for Sturge Hunters, if I run it in high availability mode, I'll have 3 servers so that, like, you could... To have a high availability cluster, you need an odd number of servers. I need 3 to be able to handle 1 server fail for the game to keep running, whatever the case. So when I have 3 servers, the names, my nicknames for the servers are Ian, Andrew, and Paul, which I think is hilarious. I've got a cluster of 3. I don't know. Maybe if I spin up to 5, maybe I'll add some other games like, I don't know, maybe like the Lord British, what's his name? The Ultima guy. Garriott, Richard Garriott. Okay, we need to find a kebab to try. I wonder if the 2001Scape regular demon drops Addy mid-helm. Even if it does, there's no telegrab yet. Do you mean the one that's in, do you mean the demon in the wizard's tower? Yeah, that would be crazy if it dropped an adamant helm and there was no way to pick it up. That would actually be really funny. Kebab seller, here we go. Here's the kebab seller. Examine. No text. Would you like to buy a nice kebab? Only 1 gold. I think I'll give it a miss. No, yes please. You buy a kebab. Sweet. Let's eat it. You eat the kebab. That was a good kebab. You feel a lot better. Epic. We got a kebab. Yes, the one locked in the wizard's tower. Yeah, I don't know if it does. It'd be kind of funny just to go kill it and see what it drops. Okay. Let's mark that task off. Try a kebab from the kebab shop. Next up, mind the stingers. Mine some gold in the chasm. Ooh, so we need that pickaxe that we dropped earlier. Okay. We need to go get the pickaxe. Actually, I think this is a good point to wrap up the session. It's been about 2 more hours, so I think I'm going to take a break and come back to it later. This will be a great point to pick back up. So we are training our combat XP to get combat levels, get more efficient at killing ice giants, so that we can kill them faster and get the Mithril Square Shield drop. Along the way, we're working on Alder's achievements. Once again, I'll make sure that the link to the achievement list is in the description of my video so that you can try out these achievements yourself if you would like to. And so next episode, we will continue with buying a pickaxe, and yeah, we'll keep working through the Al-Kharid set, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and it'll be fun next time. Oh, this has been such a blast. Well, I appreciate all of you hanging out. Thank you so much for watching the 40th episode. Episode 40 of Let's Play 2001Scape. Today we gained so many different levels across cooking, prayer, attack, woodcutting, fire making, all kinds of stuff. We knocked out tasks. We started our own Chick-fil-A in Gillinor. We did a lot, and I appreciate you being here. In the next episode, we will continue the grind for combat XP. We'll continue working on Alder's achievements, and it's just going to be a great time. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe for more retro RuneScape content. I'm TwinRova, and this has been episode 40 of Let's Play 2001Scape. Until we meet again, happy scaping, and fight on!